unbreaded. perfect.
That was.
Thank you, Jerome. Yeah, you could have timed that better.
Apparently, I timed something really well, so
Yeah.
I'll take that. So, huzzah!
Huzzah!
Hooray and huzzah! All right, so we
I
are
have
back
to take notes.
once again, and the last person to take notes was Brittany. Yes, I think.
Was it?
I don't know.
Let
I don't
us.
know.
Let
I
us
think
check.
so. No, it was Shelly.
Oh, it was
What
me.
game is this?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right.
This
What
is-
year is this?
This is Street
Oh, no.
Fighter.
It's
What's my
1995.
name?
I didn't get
Oh,
the character
right.
sheet either. Whoops. You guys
Oh
are
no! I need a
looking.
character sheet.
Wow.
Not-
See what you started, Brittany?
We were apparently not ready. Not ready.
Yeah, let me grab my notes too while I'm at it.
It's 1995. Mr. Bombastic is at the top of the charts.
It's 1995. Do you know where your sheet is?
Mm.
Ooh, nice one. Notes.
Supers. Notes. Supers.
Notes supers.
Yep. So, Shelly, your notes are in the Supers chat. So, when you want to give us a recap,
I
just
can,
let me know.
I can just, that's right. I can just go there and read them. Probably be faster.
Oh yeah, this was the cool fight scene that we had.
Yeah. Come on, Discord. Maybe it wouldn't be faster. Okay. So we really this is I guess it is. It just seems like this was like before. Okay. So anyway, we had that New Year's Eve party. And when it struck 12, Meredith stepped aside to take a call. And she came back yelling about something about World War III and that we had to get to New Prussia to stop the idiocy of Justice League and others from taking Reichsfield into custody. So we all popped over to New Prussia. Carmen and her boyfriend was already there. And we invited Pulsar to come, even though he was only used to fighting recorders. We decided we were going to broaden his horizon, and we did. We went to war with Justice League and the Russian
Hashtag Justice Legion.
Legion. Is it Justice Legion? Oh, why did I put Justice League in my notes? You guys. Oh, that's funny. And then so we also had the Russian guys, Konsiak and his comrades. Had a big fight. We won. And yeah, we won. There's unless you guys really want me to go into the whole fight scene.
That's we don't need blow by blow, but okay. So we will work with that. It has been about 3 days from that point. So still in obviously January, still the winter time, but everybody is back home in Strongford, which is in Colorado. If you didn't know it, which I know this doesn't get said a whole lot, or at least it hasn't been said recently. The town of Strongford actually sits right at Wrangley, Colorado. So basically, where Wrangley sits is actually the city of Strongford. So if you ever want to look on the map, that's literally where it's at.
Gotcha.
It's just much, much bigger.
What's the population like?
Population of 2 million.
Ooh, okay. And you said it was Wrangley?
Yep. Wrangley in real life is a small town.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
So that's right close to the Utah border on the north,
Yeah, not
north
far
of
from it.
Grand Junction,
Hmm.
by Dinosaur National Monument.
That is correct. Which that did play a factor in one of the very earliest games.
Don't recall.
It was a runaway truck.
Yeah, that's right.
So before we begin, I do believe we have some karma to roll up. So who wants to roll up the karma for tonight?
Not me.
I'm afraid to touch the damn thing.
Probably George wants to.
Yeah, y'all know how good I am at rolling digital dice.
I'll roll. I'll roll.
Well, with all the ones I was rolling last night, no.
Okay, so that's a 1d10, I believe, and yeah, 1d10. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why you're the leader.
Yep.
All right,
Perfection.
so 8 times 50 times 6 times 50 times 6. That's 2,400 added to what we currently have. All right, so now we currently have as banked karma 6,550.
Mm.
Nice.
And who is
Yay,
up
team.
for karma spends?
Brittany.
Brittany, are you going to cash in some of that sweet, sweet karma?
You're
You're
muted.
muted.
I don't remember what I was going to do.
Okay, well, we don't have to do anything right now. Just
Yeah, let's
keep that in mind.
talk after game.
Sure, sure. All right. Well, it has been a couple of days at this point. Hyperion, you did end up hearing back from the superheroes you left or had hoped would keep an eye on Strongford. Here we are.
Wasn't it the West Coast League or something?
Southwest All Stars.
Southwest
West
All-Star.
Coast League. Yeah, Southwest All Stars. So you heard from Dr. Dynamo. He did indicate that there hadn't been any sight of the recorders in and around the area. He's unsure why, but they kept an active patrol around Strongford and around the Colorado-Utah border. Just to make sure that there wasn't any hidden activity. They haven't found any location of a base or trace anything, but they also haven't seen any recorders. So it's been quiet for a couple days.
Got it. Okay. Has New Prussia transmitted over the psionic technology information that he negotiated with them?
They have, yes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Actually,
Okay.
that was just packaged to you in a DVD.
Ooh. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool. Then yeah, during that, did he just get that, or did he get that closer to the beginning of these 3 days?
Yeah, close to the beginning of the 3 days. So when you
Okay.
so it came over with you. He just handed you the disc when you guys were
Gotcha.
leaving.
Okay. Then yeah, during that time, he would have been working on a few things for others, including himself. Anybody who was hanging out at the Vein would have seen him doing stuff to his own body as well. He probably would have gotten Lightbringer's help at one point to make some adjustments on one particular system.
Mhm.
And then he would have worked on making some doodads for others, starting with psionic weaponry for Red Arsenal.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, start with your hyper invention because you're basically taking one thing and making it do another.
Okay, here we go. Do.
Yeah. Red Arsenal would have been there. Like, can I help? What are you doing? I want to see.
And I've got repair tinkering as a talent and mechanical engineering as a talent. Can I get +1 from either of those?
I'm sorry, which ones?
I've got repair/tinkering and mechanical engineering for
Mechanical
building
engineering.
things. Sweet. All right. So that means rolling. Oh yeah, I got to bring up the chart by myself. What that is? It is that Shift X.
Bum bum bum.
White feet. No, no. Oh my God.
Wow.
We are going to spend the reroll for that one.
The dice bots are kind of uniting here at this point. They're like, "Hey, you've been picking on the Zamisi bot. Well, we're going to give you a white result here.
Yeah.
Take that,
I mean-
homie."
It's the dice gods. I'm telling you.
Wow.
White result again.
Okay.
I feel your pain. Seriously.
So part of the problem putting it together, you realize you're being too careful. You have already witnessed the drubbing that Red Arsenal took, and the last thing you want to do is provide him something that's going to be the equalizer, and it utterly fail in the combat field.
Yeah.
So you're just taking too many precautions, and you're not making the headway that you would like at this point.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, letting everybody else do what they're going to do for those 3 days, but letting everyone know that soon, once everyone's recovered fully, we'll be headed out trying to locate the actual recorder space, since it seems like Dr. Dynamo and his team haven't narrowed that down perfectly yet.
Sure. Okay. So you're calling for an assembly then, the Assembly of Heroes. Shortly after you got that message on your comlink, Brittany, you had a voicemail waiting for you on the answer machine.
Is it from the person that you messaged me about?
That is a great question. You cannot tell with 1995's technology on the recorder.
I will play the message.
All right. So you press the button, and the first one you hear is you end up hearing, "Wait for the beep. You got to leave your name, got to leave your number." And that's when you realized you hit the wrong button. That was for the message. Apparently,
Sorry.
Michelle saw one of those.
Tower.
Yeah, she saw one of those infomercials and bought it because she thought it was cute. So, don't know if anybody remembers those. Nobody's home.
Oh yeah, had it.
Nobody's home.
I had the Monty Python one.
Oh,
I had
no.
a Monty Python one at one point, but I got it off Napster in college.
Oh, nice.
Freshman
Yeah,
year.
Napster.
Good old
everyone's
Napster.
Favorite. Yes.
But you end up, you rewind it so it's reset and hit play to the voice message. First message is from Michelle. Hey, Carmen, I think you're out right now with Hunky Dreamy Guy. I'm going to be late. I'm going to go and, I don't know, hit up a bar or something. I just want to let you know what was going on. And I replaced the answer machine message. I hope it's okay. I saw a commercial. Thought it'd be kind of cute. Give me a jingle if you need me or whatnot. I've got a pager now. My number is 555. Boop.
Gotta give him Ginny's number.
And then the second voicemail is, hello. I was given this number from a friend. My name is Kane Walker. I am a PR agent, friend of a friend. I was told I needed to call here. I guess there was something to look into. It voice message didn't really say who this is, so I'm assuming this charming voicemail is for somebody that goes by the name of Lightbringer. If it's not, apologies. I got the wrong number. So just go ahead and erase that. Beep.
Okay, I will write down the number that it came from, and then I will call the group on comms.
Okay.
Hey guys, I have a lead on a potential PR person recommended by our buddy Wraith. Thought maybe we could look into it and see if we want to get him to hire ours or get him to work for us.
And this would be public relations for the legacy itself.
Right, that's the one. I mean, yes.
Well, in my mind, if Wraith actually suggests it, I think it would be a good idea. I take it you have their contact information.
Yeah. He just left a message for me, so I figured I'd talk to you all before I call him back.
I say don't hesitate. We have the time, at least for now, to at least establish that type of relationship and get that going. But of course, we do have the recorders that we need to continue to investigate and find.
Of course. I'll give him a call back and then I'm ready whenever you are.
Excellent. Let's all meet here at the Vein within the next 90 minutes. Hyperion out.
Okay.
Do I know where the vein is?
Oh, you don't.
You're on comms, right?
Yeah. That's. I was like, wait a minute.
You can
do I-
ask.
Do I know where the vein is? Because
You have been there, just not directly.
Oh right, I
Not
was
traveling there.
I was
Yeah.
like blindfolded or.
Mhm.
I'll hop on and be like,
Put a paper bag over his head.
Pulsar here. How do I get to the vein?
Oh, you get to the vein by.
Insert directions here.
You give him the directions to the ground level entrance. I take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Bat Cave.
The secret entrance.
It's behind a waterfall.
Yes.
Close.
Side note, out of character, does that mean that Sledge is also being given the directions to Vein? Is he like automatically on our comms, or is he like an add-on that we have to like include?
A DLC.
Yeah.
DLC.
Yeah, is this like a walkie-talkie where anybody that has the channel can just listen in, or
Mm-hmm.
More or less, yeah. So he'd be able to hear and chime in if need be, or he can talk to us whenever he needs.
Just thought I'd throw that out there because he currently doesn't know.
Okay.
Anyway, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
He's trustworthy. I think it's fine if he knows.
Is I almost said mainframe.
Hmm.
Is Helios gonna let him in?
Well, if he didn't, then he would contact us and ask for permission to allow him in. So that would be
Okay.
just as well, I think.
Sounds good.
As a reminder, Helios is present, and Helios is not a third party.
Good morning, Helios.
Of course,
How are you
Helios,
today?
you are correct. Apologies.
Love that emoji face.
I know.
Okay. Karma's going to call Kane Walker.
Okay.
Wait, first of all, before I do that, is this name familiar?
No.
Okay. And we don't have like internet search, really. Oh,
Not like you have in
Helios.
not like we have in real life.
Helios, do you have any information on a Kane Walker?
Parsing. There is a listed cane walker. There's actually several cane walkers within the United States.
One that I'm looking for is a publicist.
Parsing. I have found the number for several walkers that are publicists. There is one in particular that is a entertainment lawyer.
Sorry, did you say entertainment lawyer?
Affirmative.
Okay. Is there any information on whether that person would be a good person to do business with?
Regretfully, I lack that capability of detecting. I do not have access to police records.
There's no like.
And I have recently been
reviews
warned I
or-
lack the precognition of Madame Cleo.
Call me now.
So no reviews or articles that report on his business dealings or his success rate, etc.
Negative. I do not find anything of that nature.
Okay, thank you.
Although I will continue to monitor online.
Okay,
Perhaps
That
I
should be
could
fine.
find something on message boards.
sure. Let me know if anything turns up.
Okay. Affirmative.
Okay, then I will call Kane Walker.
Okay. So the call comes in, and you hear, "Go for Walker."
Mr. Walker, this is Lightbringer returning your call.
Lightbringer. Oh, right. Right. Okay. Hold on one second. I need to pull over.
Oh, you keep a phone in your car. That's pretty fancy.
Yeah, I saw it on Miami Vice. What can I say? So he pulls over, and you can hear like the wind, not blowing nearly as hard at this point. And he says, "Yeah, so a mutual friend gave me your number. Said that you were, I guess, interested in perhaps public relations."
Yeah, he recommended you to me. Are you familiar with the Legacy?
Yes. You guys were just in the news, correct? Overseas.
Yes.
You're not like a European group or something. I'm afraid I'm not really licensed to practice over there.
No, we are based in the United States. However, our jurisdiction, if you will, extends quite a bit past that, or at least our operations. Is that? Can you describe your services?
Primarily
do you work with other
entertainment
superhero
lawyer,
groups?
but I have but my private firm manages a few clients in particular, and we not only watch specifically for the contracts that they may be signing coming in, and of course take a portion of our fee off the top, but we also have public relations firms tied directly, or I should say public relation people tied directly to our firm that manages like media perception, coaching techniques, if we know interviews are coming up, things like that. We try to help protect our clients as best as possible, with a little planning and strategy.
Sounds like something we could use. And you haven't worked with hero teams before?
A team is actually would be the first. I did, however, before Captain Patriot went off the deep end, he was somebody that was employing our services. We had to gently let that contract go. He was a bit much than we wanted to cover.
I see. And Jerome, am I familiar with what happened with Captain Patriot?
You could certainly give it a roll.
Okay.
Why don't you give me a reason check? Do you happen to have anything for talents as far as media related or TV junkie?
Nope.
Okay, so just straight reason check.
Yellow.
Yes, actually, you have heard of Captain Patriot.
And what incident is he talking about?
Captain Patriot was always he was kind of a gray area style hero, and coming up into the 90s is where he started rubbing up against Culture Clash, and people were getting tired of his over the top, excessive bringing people in by force. When he started clashing with Battle Hymn Bell, he actually ended up, if I remember correctly, hold on one second. Here we go. Okay, so no, he is he is not responsible for the death of anybody he's brought in at this point, but he is not shy from judiciously hobbling them.
So excessive force.
Yes. Lots of broken bones. People, put it, he's had a couple people put into comas because of that sort of thing. Thank the Punisher in Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, that sounds like he was a handful.
I mean, I'm kind of, I have to watch what I say about former clients, but that would be putting it nicely. Yeah.
And where are you primarily based?
I'm actually located out of Los Angeles, California. Where exactly are you located? This area code sounds like Colorado.
Yeah, Strongford, Colorado is where our base is.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that has had a lot of uptick in activity out there. Okay, all right. Yeah, I am familiar with Strongford.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have some services that we could benefit from, and I've talked to the team, and they said it was okay to feel you out, as it were. I think it might be beneficial to have you come meet the team and kind of talk to you about who we are and what we stand for officially. And then we can talk about potential rates and whether we're a good match for each other. How does that sound?
You know what? That sounds fine. Normally, I would discuss a fee flying out there to meet you, but from what I understand, your ticket's already been paid for. So just let me know when you have some time free, and I will pop on my jet, and I will be over there.
We have alternative means of transportation if that's a sticking point.
No, not at all.
Okay. Great. Then we'll be in touch and talk to you soon.
All right,
Yes.
fantastic. Thank you.
You guys use error shown.
And I just put a picture in the superheroes chat. That is Captain Patriot.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So I will head over to the vein.
All right. So, George, since you haven't actually gone there physically as of yet, the directions you were given lead you like you're flying outside of town, closer to one of the nearby mountains. And there's kind of a long, winding road. Some new houses are being put up out here, otherwise pretty vacant. There is an old, it looks like this was kind of like an old bypass road at one point in time to get around certain areas before maybe the freeway cut through. So there's not a whole lot of use here. At the end of this road, however, is an abandoned gas station. And then from here, they just tell you basically to keep going to the mountain once you get to that gas station. Once you get up close to the side of the mountain, that's when you discover the actual like physical entrance you can step into. And in essence, it's a small, like it's a door that opens up that leads to a garage.
Okay. And on my way here, I tried to be like as incognito as possible, so I probably flew for a little bit, but then I probably walked a good chunk of it just because I didn't want to, oh, there's a flying comet heading towards the mountain.
Sure.
Right, so,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, I'll make my way into this mountain garage.
All right. So you step in. There is an elevator there waiting for you. And then you end up hearing a voice scanning. Identity, Pulsar. You are permitted to enter. And then the door kind of rotates open and it's a elevator shaft that goes up.
Okay. Step in and
So the door ends up shutting. And then eventually it opens up and you see the room. You didn't really walk around the vein the last time you were here, but it opens up in the main rooms. You know where you're at this point.
okay. So this is where we had this is the same room where we had the New Year's party?
No.
Not the party, no. That was within the Quantum Unlimited building. Let's see. So has he been in here?
So that would probably be no then if that's the case.
Yeah.
So entering inside the vein, think, although better lit, like the Batcave. So there's like some tech. There's a desk, or I should say not a desk, but a long table with several chairs. It's kind of open on the inside. You're basically on the inside of a mountain. It probably was a cavern or something at one point in time. It's been modified a little bit. You can see that there's a long strip of vein, as it were, of electrum metal or electrum ore, I should say, in the wall itself. The general open meeting area with the supercomputer sitting there, who has a designated happy smiley emoji right now on his screen, and then off to your left is a docking area where there is a very alien looking ship currently.
Okay. Does the ship look like anything I've ever seen before? I mean, I know I'm still pretty new to this, but no. Okay.
And in fact, there is a map of the vein in the main Supers chat. If you go to the pin section, you'll find it. Oh, pardon me.
I am on my way. Oh, okay. So did I come in from 7? Is that the...
Yep.
Okay. Is there anybody here when I arrive, or is it...
I will leave that up to everybody else.
Yeah, you would probably have heard. You'll probably hear Hyperion kind of down the hallway in an adjacent room. Sounds like he's working on something with technology.
Okay. I'll just for the sake of politeness, I'll on the comms be like, ding dong, I'm in your base.
And Hyperion will be like, yes, Pulsar, excellent. Here, I'll meet you there. Give me just a moment. And a few
And
seconds later.
yeah, and then at that point, Helios announces that Pulsar's there as you come up, and he says, "From my understanding, Pulsar just returned from the aquarium this weekend, but he didn't stay long. There apparently is something fishy about that place."
Hey, let's go! Come on, Helio, with the jokes.
Not bad, Helios. Well,
Helios with the jokes.
Pulsar, welcome to the vein. I'm glad the directions were sufficient for you to get here.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Pulsar.
Hey, Red Arsenal. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. How have you been the past few days?
Jerome, I don't really do anything like aside from like yeah, so just like quiet, not a whole lot to really be doing. Um,
I see.
Oh, yeah, without the recorders to smash, you just kind of like veg.
yeah, it's. I'm assuming the city has been quiet, right, Jerome? Because okay, yeah, because like other than doing like patrols or maybe just practicing flying and stuff like that, like he doesn't have a job. He's just out there.
So then you'd be like, so the accommodations you have so far, they've been amenable to you?
Yeah, no, they've been nice. Thank you for that. What do I owe you?
Your family. You owe nothing.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
But if you want to pay me,
Red Arsenal, I don't think that's appropriate.
oh,
Is that like a don't shoot at me tax?
you know,
Speaking of which,
Hmm.
you are not allowed to shoot at other members of the Legacy unless there's an actual true need.
Okay.
Thank you. Not
Sorry,
everyone is extremely durable. Just keep that in mind.
didn't mean to get you in trouble there.
It's okay.
Well, in the meantime, we're waiting for Shone and Lightbringer to arrive. Once we do, we'll collaborate and try again to locate the recorders. We already know about that main ore location on the Utah-Colorado border in the Diamond Mountain region. Perhaps there's some other way we can determine exactly where the entry point is.
Shone will be walking out of the danger room. She has been practicing her teleporting maneuvers.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, hi guys. What's going on?
Hey, Sean. Pulsar's here. Look.
Yeah, I see that. Hi, Pulsar.
Hello.
Do you want to see some of the cool stuff that Hyperion's been working on?
Sure.
Yeah, let's take a look. Never been in a secret base before.
Yes, well, you see here the ready room with Helios and the main database we have here, the mainframe computer. This is where we actually coordinate and determine what we're going to do. Adjacent to this, you may have seen down the hallway there is our hangar bay. That vessel you see is actually Ixion. Ixion's vessel, Xenofreeze, owns that from his actual, well, planet that he came from.
Wait, so he's not from. He's an alien?
He is. He
Me
is a
too.
Solanth.
Solanth?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. I guess you don't know this, but I'm also an alien.
Yeah,
Apparently.
I guess I would be one too.
So are all of you aliens?
No,
No, I think just Hyperion and Lightbringer are normal, and we're all weirdos.
Speak for
Well,
yourselves.
Wait, isn't but he's like, well, I don't know. Does Pulsar know that Hyperion is like a cyborg or
he
Okay.
would have his just android face. He's wearing the legacy armor, but whenever he's wearing the legacy armor now, people would be noticing this too. He would just have his normal android face showing, like that's what he's doing when he's Hyperion now.
okay? I do have a question. So this is related to Xenofreeze. Is it Xenofreeze or is it Ixion? Is Ixion his like real name and
Ixion is his real
Xenofreeze-
name.
That is Ixion is his name. Xenofreeze is his super heroic moniker.
Okay, so that's what I should call him in the field.
Correct.
Okay, I was not sure about that because both of them sounded like superhero names.
It's valid.
Granted, it's unlikely there would be another Ixion somewhere on Earth. Perhaps he would change. Who knows?
I guess I could change my name to Ixion.
I don't
Are
think
you
that would be necessary.
wait? So if you're part alien, are you the same kind of alien as Ixion, or
No. From another planet.
but you guys are all related to?
Yeah. Apparently, our father was quite the traveler.
Busy.
Very busy.
Electrum is the link. He is the either creator or father of everyone who's a member of the legacy, including you.
And I'm not even from this realm.
Wait, where are you from?
I am from, oh my God, I just forgot.
Heliopolis.
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 I was gonna hope
I'm-
you said Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey.
I'm from Jersey.
Well, they did meet somebody from outer space who was from Jersey.
This is true. We did. Yeah, I come from the Egyptian mythology. If you know what that is.
Like the Egyptian, like god stuff.
Yep. I am what you consider a demigod.
Our sister's a goddess.
Yep, my mother was a goddess.
Do we have to pray to you now?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that is
And-
not a requirement.
And you also have to give me money and jewels and
shown.
treasures.
Shown.
Yes. Hey, I should get a temple.
What are you the god of? Do you have like a
No.
domain? Like what do you do?
No, I am a demigod, but I'm also kind of called a half breed, and they're not really liked, which is why I'm here. My mother passed, and yeah, she sent me on a crusade to find my father, and that's how I came here.
I'm sorry to hear about your mother.
Well, even gods are killable.
So, did you guys ever meet our father?
No.
Well, I knew him as a child, but I don't really remember a whole lot.
I remember him when he was taking the guise of Dr. Logan McCluskey, but that was for just over 3 hours while I was activated. After that, I had never seen him again.
So who is this guy that he's just going around making children all over the planes of existence? And it's
Good
just
question.
From what we've gathered so far, the actual information we have obtained, he is either a true-blooded or more likely a hybrid of human and Dexamite. With this hybridization, he managed to retain seemingly all of the powers and abilities, strengths and endurances and so forth of Dexamites. Each of them was apparently extraordinarily powerful. He himself was even referred to as the last Dexamite by others throughout the galaxy. He ended up making a name for himself as an intergalactic hero, as well as a hero here on Earth, where he stationed himself. And during that time, he was very promiscuous. He
Yes.
had many mates in different locations.
Including Miss McCall.
So he's a hero, but
And he's a hero.
I guess I'm trying to understand, like, are you like, so this common parentage brings you guys all together? Is that it, or
Yeah.
is
pretty
this
much.
like a support group?
We initially were brought together by one of Electrum's wives, Ms. Meredith McCall. She had access to this base we're in now, and she had much access to information where she could try to find children of Electrum after she obtained some information of his after his disappearance. She managed to find several of us, initially, to come together in an attempt to replace Electrum's disappearance with our presence, seeing as how we may have inherited a degree of his power and perhaps his conviction and ethics to defend the Earth, since he was, at the time, the most powerful and prolific superhero Earth has ever known. His absence was felt. We're trying to make up for that absence.
Okay. This all sounds a little weird. I mean, sorry. I guess I'm in the same boat. But,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as I know, my parents are both Senian, so I don't know. It seems a little weird that
Understandable. It seems as if, assuming, of course, that our scans are correct, which I believe that they are, your parentage does include Electrum. He was your father, which means parents
Yep.
that you currently know, at least one of them may have simply been a father in name and in action, and not biologically. They may not have actually told you this, perhaps in an attempt to protect you, especially since if anyone had known that you had Electrum as a father and you were imprisoned in Senia, it's unlikely they would have put you in a place where you could have ever escaped.
I mean, it wasn't a picnic growing up in Senia anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I guess he's still missing Electrum, or
He is. We've been trying to find him. We've obtained some information, as we've been relaying to you now, but nothing conclusive as to what happened to him, where he is now. Hopefully, we can obtain some information at least about the Dexamite Empire once we head to that location and deal with the information there.
okay. Yeah, that's a lot. Sorry.
No need to be sorry. This is a lot of information to take on all at once. All of us have been accustomed to it, but this is brand new for you. If you have any questions about this place, about what we've done, anything, you can ask us. And as a legacy hero, you will have full access to the database here at the Vein through Helios. You can actually ask him any question you'd like. If he has the answer, he'll provide it to you.
I have a question.
Yes, Helios.
Is anybody ready for action? You hear and it starts showing pictures of potential like blister packs of action figures that you guys might look like, and it flashes up there, and it shows Hyperion with and it's in quotation marks with Quantum Shell, and it's this semi-translucent like armor that's designed to that locks on top of him,
Nice.
kind of like the old Snake Droid from G.I. Joe. So it has a rubber piece that so it can stand all by itself, but it's translucent, so it looks like a quantum copy of Hyperion.
Cool.
Sort of thing. And then it shows one of Shone, and it shows these like attachable electricity bursts that you can
Nice.
clamp on to like her wrist, sort of thing. So it's all electrical attack power, and it's all bzz, looking like that. And there's some like special effect for the potential commercial to make it look like it's it's like it's not there at one point, that they make it kind of look like it's shooting, it's snapped on in the next frame, sort of thing.
Knocks over some cups.
Then they've got one of Pulsar, which shows him in all armor, and then he pulls up a hand, and you see he pulls up his arm, I should say, and you see a hand reach behind him and start pressing a button, and he starts firing off water.
Nice.
Like squirt actions, all. And this is all a part of the Superheroes of the World Expansion 3 set, sort of thing. And then they've got they show Lightbringer on there. Lightbringer's got the very same treatment as Shown. So it's got like these clamp on hand burst, but purple looking powers, sort of thing. And of course they've got hand grips very similar to G.I. Joe, because that's what's popular right now.
Nice.
And then they pull up one of Red Arsenal, and it shows like he's got like it's all plastic. There's no drawstring to it or whatnot, but he's got like a Storm Shadow looking bow,
Nice.
sort of thing. And then and of course he doesn't have like any snap on per se like that. But then it flashes on screen. It says it includes international green card. Or I should say, intergalactic green card.
Nice.
That's funny.
And the caption at the bottom says, "I'm a citizen of Earth."
That's
When,
awesome.
When that showed up on the screen, and especially when the bow showed up on the screen, Hyperion would have looked over to Red Arsenal. What was his face looking like when he saw that bow?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, he's got saucer eyes right now.
Yeah.
Got it.
He's got like anime chibi eyes. Like he wants to collect this like a Pokeball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants them all. So it's obviously a commercial in the works. It's not something that's got the full polish and everything like it normally would. But it's like a sample blister pack of what it's going to look like, and the figure, and they're specifically designed to. If you remember the Brave Star action figures, they weren't the G.I. Joe size. They actually sat a little bit bigger. They were a touch bigger than the He-Man style action figures. So they're roughly that size. Oh, and of course it also shows Xenofreeze up there, and it's like, and it they have like this winter graphic, and and it's with Arctic Blast Attack, and it's got a clamp on toy as well, or a piece clamps onto his arms to make it look like he's projecting ice attack, sort of thing.
Does any of them have like those little like blasting things where you like kind of stick a thing on a spring and then you hit a button and it like shoots like a little...
yours is the only one that currently has any sort of
Action.
Authentic blast action.
It just squirts water.
Cool.
But it's actually called, authentic plasma attack.
Mm.
Have I shown up yet?
Yeah, at this point, you're probably pulling in like right as Helios is trumping up the information he got to make it look like a commercial.
Did Helios make that?
It looks like he managed to put that together. It's actually impressive, Helios. Well done. Something to perhaps present to New Prussia or our possible new PR agent.
We have a PR agent.
And then he looks to Lightbringer, who just walks in through the elevator.
Perfect. Hey guys, sorry I'm a little late. Looks like everybody here got here before me.
We have, well, I live here. We have a PR agent. When did this happen?
Well,
And Helios
20
is all,
minutes
but you
ago?
have a toy.
it's not official yet. It's just a possibility. I was talking to Rafe the other day, and he mentioned that he knew somebody who handles this sort of thing, and so finally got in touch today, and it sounds like it could be a good move for us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they do like coaching for media interviews and contract negotiations and stuff like that. So
I know who could use that. That'd be a good one for Angler.
So anyway, I told him that I would talk to you, and we will let him know when we expect to be available, and he will take his jet out here to meet us. We can kind of go over what our team is about, and
He has
see
a
if
jet.
he's apparently
We
he
also
lives in
have
LA.
we
Well,
also
yeah,
have a jet.
He's
Well-
primarily an entertainment attorney. So
interesting.
yeah.
Perfect.
But anyway, yeah, it's not a done deal. We still have to decide if we want to retain his services, but I think it could be a good idea.
Um, so he's entertainment. So like in actors.
Primarily, yes. He has represented a couple of heroes before. No teams at this point, but
Okay. So what
Um,
heroes?
well, he mentioned Captain Patriot, which we all know what kind of a train wreck that guy was.
I don't.
So he was a bit of a train wreck.
Okay.
He was very aggressive with his means of actually apprehending criminals. He was becoming more and more brutal.
Oh.
So they let the contract lapse when that was finished. So, but anyway, yeah, basically what he would be for us is somebody to field our media presence, kind of put a more cohesive, more positive spin on what we're doing, and the media won't be able to draw their own conclusions so much that like they've been doing. So
Lightbringer, with your experience in New Prussia, with the fame that you've already garnered there, how has your experience with a PR agent there been for you?
well, they really like me in New Prussia. I think part of it is just ties to the president and Like I've done a couple of appearances with him. We went to visit some school children, and I talked a little bit about physics and science and staying in school and stuff like that. So I think basically the fact that, we reached out to like all people of New Prussia, not just the heroes or the SPBs, kind of help with that. And like I didn't really have a lot of say in the merchandising aspect. It's not really my wheelhouse. I just kind of let them do whatever they want, but it has to go through the president anyway. So, I mean, my contract kind of goes through the president. So, but I figure if we hire Mr. Walker, then he can probably be in touch with the Minister of Entertainment in New Prussia and sort of work together on maybe licensing the material that they're putting together for you guys and me. Can I get that put out in the US too?
I see.
That's my thought.
Seeing as how he is a professional in this area, and it has actually been mentioned by Ms. McCall that obtaining some sort of PR agent, amongst other things, would be useful for us. If you have a good feeling and you believe that his skills are adequate for us, then by all means, schedule something for when we return from our investigation of the recorders.
Yeah, I don't want to put the cart before the horse. So I would like to meet the guy before making any kind of a judgment. But it does sound. I mean, he came recommended from Braith, who is someone that we trust, and I don't see any negative press around this guy, so it's probably a good sign.
Excellent. Does anyone object to this?
No,
Not really object. I guess I just, what do you guys need a PR agent for?
You don't watch the news too much, do you?
I was not really in a situation to watch the news a whole bunch, but
Well, I guess the truncated version is we've gone. The media has not been super kind to us, especially as we've gone up against the Justice Legion a couple of times, and it was always the media basically raked us over the coals. The Justice Legion has their own PR agent, and they are a media darling. And
yes.
so if we can kind of fight for our own place in the public eye, that will really help us be able to do our job a little better, or at least not have to worry about negative aspects with the people. And to be perfectly frank, I think we've done a lot of really good things that the media has no idea about, or that the people of the world have no idea about, because I mean, obviously some of it is secret, classified stuff, but other things, I wouldn't mind getting a little credit for in the public eye. And it could, help our contacts with other heroes, team up opportunities. We're trying to foster goodwill with other heroes so that when extraterrestrial threats come, to the planet, then we've got people that are willing to come and fight with us. So I think it could be really beneficial.
I agree. Excellent points all around. We definitely need an expert in that arena.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. I guess I never thought about it. Like, it kind of sounds like you guys are like super actors or something. Like, you need to have a good reputation.
It's not truly acting, of course. What we do is real.
Yeah. Well, I meant acting in like the way that an actor needs an agent. I never thought of a super person needing to worry about kind of how the people perceive them if you're doing the right thing.
I wouldn't have thought about that either, except that after going up against the Justice Legion, we kind of just got trashed. That's not really fair.
Who is the Justice Legion again? Are they the ones we beat up the other day?
Well, they were already apprehended before you guys got there, but
We're related to a couple of them,
yeah, and more
unfortunately.
Electrum spawn. But Justice Legion is, I guess, America's preeminent super team.
Correct. They are technically federal agents. They work on behalf of the United States government and their armed forces. They act with their authority.
Yeah. They're
So
America's
all of
darlings.
this kind of, yeah, all of this kind of crosses over a little bit into politics, which I think is a very murky arena. But the more help that we can get in clarifying all of that, I think the better.
It might also help to understand that not all news agencies who would report our dealings are simply going to show what we do and paint it automatically in a positive light. There are many agencies who are businesses. They are owned. They're going to tell information that their owners want them to tell, and therefore they'll have some sort of journalistic spin. Therefore, we may be painted as some sort of dangerous group of individuals who shouldn't be doing what we're doing, even if we were to succeed. There are individuals such as one you may have heard of, Tony Pope, is a shock jock celebrity who has a show where he discusses various goings on of SPBs and paints many of them in a bad light when it isn't deserved. Therefore, if we were to run into an individual who had this information, they may not be willing to cooperate with us if they believe in the spun news. But if we can prevent that, all the better.
I would love to see Tony Pope put in a position where he needs us to rescue him.
You know, he'd still paint it black.
I can shoot an arrow at him if you want.
That is not necessary, Red Arsenal.
You're going to get yourself in trouble.
I also think, I mean, obviously I've got a vested interest with New Prussia, but after the Argentina incident, and the Justice Legion, that's one of the instances when the Justice Legion came in, thought that we were a threat. They misinterpreted the reasons that we were there, and our association with President Albrecht and New Prussia threw a lot of misconceptions into the public eye, and that reflected really badly on New Prussia. And I think that if we are going to continue to have associations with them, then a better image for us can result in a better image for them as well.
Okay. I guess I
Or at least a clearer one.
yeah. I guess you all have been doing this for a lot longer than I have. I guess the stuff that I've been dealing with is largely giant robots. And I don't have to worry about giant robots being spun against me. But is this like y'all's like your job? I mean,
Yes.
No, but it could be. I mean, I don't know what there is beyond merchandising.
yeah, because I kind of don't really know what to make of the whole toy thing. Like,
It does feel a little bit awkward, doesn't it?
well, I mean, unlike kind of the rest of you, like you all have, you know, I can talk to plants. That's my thing. The the gift, the thing that I like, the thing that I actually can bring to the table that's not talking to lettuce. It's a gift. I don't know how long I'm gonna get to keep it. So the idea of, you know, like having a PR person when if we succeeded destroying the collectors and doing the stuff that I'm hoping I can do, or not the collectors, the recorders, sorry, doing the stuff that I want to do, you know, I don't know if my status as champion then is up. So yeah, I'm willing to help you guys as long as I can, but I just don't know. I don't know how long that's going to be.
Would you be willing to provide any further information about that benefactor? You have been cryptic and aloof, ambiguous as far as who they are and how you interacted with them.
Yeah, I told you all how I escaped from Senia, right?
Correct. You
I
managed
was
to take a plane.
Yeah, I was just a kid when I did that. I managed to fly it into uh, American territory, and I was picked up. Um, but I was pretty much quickly thrown into uh, service. Uh, a kid who can fly a plane at all was considered something interesting, so I was put into the Air Force very, very young, and eventually my talents for that led. I essentially got kind of passed around to whatever place needed like a talented-ish pilot, and so I was eventually put into the space program, and it was on a mission into space that I first came into contact with Compass. Uh, I don't really, I think, fully understand everything that that Compass is, but I am it chose me as its champion, and the power that I wield is, uh, I mean, I don't consider it mine, but it's the power essentially of a god, I guess, and but it's, you know, it's not mine, so I don't know how much I can, or I don't know how long I get to, you know, lease it until eventually they, you know, somebody more worthy comes along, or once my mission is done, maybe the god just goes back to sleep and then I'm back to talking to plants again.
I wouldn't worry about it too much as far as the longevity of your addition with the team. We're happy to have your help as long as you're here. And, you know, people go in and out of different teams all the time. So
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm just, you know, I just want to put it out there that like my time with you all might be limited, not because of, I mean, you all have been extremely nice and extremely helpful. You know, you've been giving me a place to stay. You guys invited me to your holiday party. You trusted me in a fight. I mean, that does mean a lot. I'm, you know, I just don't know what the long-term plans for Pulsar is when when it's not my car. Somebody just let me the keys to it.
I mean, on a merchandising point, it sounds like you're just a limited edition.
Yeah. But then it runs into the question of what happens when somebody more worthy gets the rights to Pulsar, and then that's why the whole toy thing also seems kind of weird. Like, how long do I get those toy rights? But yeah, the way I see it is, as long as I can accomplish what I'm here to do, which is get rid of recorders and liberate Senia, hopefully, and the people that are forced to be slaves there. That those are my life goals, I guess. Once those are done, I guess we'll have to see how much longer Compass has a need of me.
Speaking
Question.
of which, Helios, go ahead.
I have a question. What did Pulsar say to his sunflower when it reached 5 feet tall?
I have
You
no
grow,
idea.
girl.
Ah!
You go, girl.
You grow, girl.
Oh, you grow, girl. Oh, why does your computer tell jokes?
Because he's cool.
No, just I've never known a computer to have a sense of humor.
Helios
I
is
am not a
most
Testing
computer.
it out.
I am a virtual intelligence, and I am attempting to grow my sarcastic and humoristic sides.
Precisely.
Was that joke acceptable?
Oh, very much
Yes.
so.
Yes.
Good dad joke.
Excellent. I will add that to my profile as a success. Thank you very much.
So anyway, now that things have kind of calmed down on several other fronts, I think we maybe ought to start looking into this Senya issue.
Well,
I
we've got
haven't
lots
really
of
pressed
reasons.
it. Yeah, I haven't really pressed it because we've had so much else going on that was more immediate. But it's just felt kind of obscure and abstract, and we need to figure out what we need to do in order to do our
Well,
missions there.
Hyperion's mom is in Senia. But we also have to deal with the recorders, so what do we do first?
Our duty is to our city. We need to find out what's happening with the recorders. I'd rather not be elsewhere yet again when they attack and leave our job to others. They've done a fantastic job so far, but we should actually find the source and stop it once and for all.
No, I do think the reporters are next on our list, but maybe after that we tackle the Senia thing.
Absolutely. I agree.
I think that is what we agreed to, yeah. I remember something like that.
A little bit of text appears at the bottom of the screen that says Pulsar likes that.
No!
Pulsar, we'll remember that.
+1 influence with Pulsar.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Plus
you
one
want to.
Paragon point.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to see the cool bow that Hyperion's making?
Are you going to shoot it at me or my
No,
significant other?
maybe.
Or mine?
Yeah. Looks to Hyperion.
Red Arsenal.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Why do you find the need to attack with your bow? Why were you doing that?
Did you see he was mauling Lightbringer and Joan was being eaten alive by Meathead Man?
I was being kissed.
That wasn't a kiss.
For your information, I took him into that corner, not the other way around.
That's fine. He used his masculine wiles to seduce you.
That's not inaccurate.
Oh, see.
Why is that seen as a negative by you, Red Arsenal?
Because you guys are family.
That's my
Gotta
sister, bro.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
you
she's
don't-
my
Don't you
sister.
want to see
You don't
your
want us
sisters
Be
happy?
happy?
Yes, but at the same time, I got to keep you guys safe.
We're safe. We're dating superheroes.
Are they superheroes?
Yes.
Are they?
Are you?
Am I a superhero?
The
Not right
answer is
now.
Yes, Red Arsenal. You
I
are
am?
a
Also-
superhero.
Nice.
Isn't-
But
Isn't that our decision?
No. Little brothers do things for the good of the family.
Little brothers end up on the moon.
that isn't good.
Did you guys grow up together? Like, what is like?
No.
No.
Okay. So I guess
They're my first real sisters. Like, I had a sister and she wasn't cool and she wasn't my real sister, but these two are my real sisters and they're cool. So I want to do everything to keep them safe, you know?
Well,
We're
I
safe.
didn't grow up with any siblings, but I do think, I don't know. I hear a lot of stories about siblings rousing each other, but at the same time, I think at this point in our lives, we would have grown past that.
I would
and
hope so.
Come to respect each other as adults.
it sounds like, to me at least, Red Arsenal's kind of making up for a childhood he didn't get to have.
I mean, I get it. I didn't grow up with siblings either, but I'm not zapping everyone who kisses one of my siblings.
Well, maybe
Because honestly, next time you do that, I'm going to put your boxers in the freezer.
does
Wow.
Red Arsenal?
Because that's what siblings would do.
Do you have a girlfriend, Red Arsenal?
No.
Okay. Well, when he gets one,
To the moon.
well,
Perhaps not retaliation or revenge there, but I do understand where you're coming from, Pulsar. Yes, Red Arsenal. It seems that with your lack of experience with the family, you're trying to make up for that, but please don't do so in violent means. There's no need to do that. And when it comes to defense, defend them against supervillains, not against boyfriends or people they already trust. Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Excellent. Because if you don't do that, no new weapon for you.
And I'll break your
Boxers in
bow.
the freezer.
and I mean, if anything, they're just living up to Dad's legacy, if that's to be believed. Just knocking down.
No.
We're all related somehow.
I know, but I
Yeah,
am not.
Carmen goes like very red.
Huh. Are you making that happen yourself,
No.
Lightbringer?
No. No.
Oh. Well then. We're all here. It seems that we'd all be ready to head out to see if we can put an end to this recorder nuisance once and for all. Helios, have you detected any activity at the Diamond Mountain region where you once found that source of alien ore?
Negative. However, I have been able to triangulate and correct the location of said minerals and its location.
Excellent. If we could find out where that is, please.
I need to find it one more time. Hold on a second.
Parsing.
Buffering.
This
Articulating
episode is
spline.
brought to you by.
Kibbles and bits.
I'm sorry, guys. I just thought you guys might want to be safe.
We are safe. We really are. I mean, we have you guys. Do you understand?
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
When you get a
So,
girlfriend, we'll give you a hard time.
and
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that I don't appreciate it. It's nice having somebody who cares about us. It is. And if you were in trouble, I would most definitely come to your aid. But wait till we ask for help before giving it. And trust me and Carmen a little bit more, because it's not really the guys you don't trust, it's Carmen and I that you're not trusting.
Mm.
It's just a little misplaced in this instance.
Helios indicates that it is South Tent Mountain in Utah.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah. Now that I'm more aware of the political side of things, do we need to ask permission before we go check this out, or can we just go?
Oh, yeah. Is that on federal property? Or federal land?
Helios, who owns that land, if anyone?
That has been confirmed as federal land.
Maybe we should contact our good friends over at
The government.
Aegis.
Which, in fairness, most places are federal land, unless it's owned by somebody else.
I don't think Aegis has anything to do with them. They're just a.
Do you know anybody
Contractor.
in Washington, like the senator of Utah? Or
We do have contacts there, but frankly, if that area is supposed to be abandoned, then we would be acting in defense of the United States interests. I don't think asking permission to stop the recorders is necessary. It's not as if they even realize the recorders or anything that they have, facilities or otherwise, are even there.
Okay.
all right.
Maybe as a backup, should you maybe contact the Southwest All Stars and let them know we're going to do this, and maybe to be on the lookout in case collector activity spike or recorder activity spikes. Sorry, keep saying collectors.
It's an excellent idea. Do we have any direct contact with them? Helios, do you have any means of locating and making contact with Dr. Dynamo at the Southwest All-Stars?
Parsing. Affirmative. They maintain a website online. There is a mail to form that I can send an automated message to.
Then if you could inform them that the legacy is on its way to investigate the recorders, and we'd appreciate if they'd keep their eyes out for defense of Strongford while we're gone.
Affirmative. I will put that in the form.
Excellent.
Error. Could you please fill out the security form? It is asking if I am a robot or not.
I was just going to
yeah,
ask.
yes. He walks over to moves the mouse over, but then himself, he's like, oh, wait, I'm a robot.
Yeah.
So he's got to move it around just a little bit. It's all strange. And then he goes ahead and clicks on the thing.
Okay. And then it goes through. It was to help, obviously, defeat spam.
We're just training the robots.
Excellent. Right. Therefore, our first point of order here when dealing with recorders is to locate them. Second, stop them from their current activities, which are attacking Strongford citizens and other cities. It may be the case that there are hostages there if they keep anyone that they've taken alive. That will obviously be a high priority if we find that there are still human beings who need saving. And lastly, of course, since this is Dexamite technology, if we can obtain any information with regard to them, that would be ideal. However, of course, saving lives is paramount. That will always come first. Any questions so far?
No.
Nope.
Excellent.
Let's get going.
All right. So then, do we have access then? I know Derek isn't here, but do we have access to the ship?
100%. Mhm.
So go ahead and get in the ship and plot a course to South Tent Mountain, Utah.
All right. Flying there is obviously not much of a problem. Given the profile of the ship, you don't exactly show up on most commercial airlines or their radar and whatnot. That's really the only problem you have to face. You have to keep your eyes open so that way you don't accidentally buzz a commercial jet
Right.
or crash into a private plane. But and I put a picture in the chat. It's the area that Helios was picking up the material. You can tell it's pretty barren. It's bleak. There are some trees and whatnot out there, but it's kind of a rolling, low mountain range with almost nothing out there.
Okay. Then, if Helios had exact coordinates, we're gonna try to get as close to those as possible.
Okay. He doesn't have anything exact. He can get it down to about a 2-mile radius.
Okay. Cool. That'll work. Yeah. Once we're there, taking a look around, is it still all just barren, in that
Mhm.
picture? Okay.
There's nothing standing out. You don't see any caves per se, as far as you can tell. But I mean, that would make sense if if these things actually have a base of operations or whatnot. It's going to be able to at least hide itself within the mountain range.
Okay. And although it is barren, I do see is there still trees and life and plant life and stuff
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
all that stuff? Okay. So then looking at that, he then turns to Pulsar and says, "So, Pulsar, would you like to try to help us with some special reconnaissance?"
Sure. What do you need me to do?
I need you to talk to the plants in this area and see if they could somehow feel wherever the entryway to this thing is.
The mono eye on the face of Pulsar just kind of gets very just yeah, I can give it a try. I'm pretty sure I told you I've never actually tried to talk to plants before. You all were the ones who figured that out.
Understandable. We've had experience with actually dealing with SPBs and their powers, some of them not even fully formed or working in an awkward fashion for them. For you, it's likely that you have it, but you simply haven't had the opportunity. Let's see. Lightbringer, would you be willing to go along with Pulsar down to the surface and let him know what you feel when you try to reach out with your mind to establish telepathic links? he could then perhaps use that as a means to try to talk to the trees in the area.
Ooh, power stunt.
I've never tried to talk to trees, but
Could be fun.
we can try it.
Seeing as how it's communication through some sort of cognition, it's likely a psionic power that he possesses. I'm wondering if the process you use to communicate is similar to what he would use. So if he can follow in your footsteps, but simply aim his link towards the flora in the area, something might work. It's at least a step.
Is this a volcanic area?
No.
Okay. Could we maybe also search for like a heat signature or something underground? I mean, I'm willing to talk to plants, but I mean, I've never done it before, so I don't know how useful I'll be. I'm willing to give it a shot, but
That's all you
Understand.
can do.
We'll be scanning using the materials and whatnot we have here on the ship and using their locator satellites while you and Lightbringer attempt communication with the woods in the area. Your main goal is to find out if somehow the plant life in the area knows where there would be an opening to a strange, unnatural underground place. Does that make sense?
yeah. I'll give it a try.
Excellent. So, we'll
So,
go ahead and-
are you attempting to use your power through telepathy? Is that what you're trying to do?
Me?
No, the way it was described, it sounded like this was a tandem.
the goal is because of what Lightbringer is able to do, because she's
Mhm.
psychic.
Right.
If she describes the process she uses and how she feels when she goes psychic and does something, then
Oh, so just coaching them
Pulsar.
on what he does. Okay.
Oh, that's
Exactly,
right, because he has not actually talked.
Okay.
to
That's fine. Okay. So yeah, I'm not. It's not a power stunt.
Okay.
So at one moment, Pulsar, you hear somebody in your head. And it's not like Compass. It's very different. There's no like ambiance or echo or any of that nature. It's almost like you would speak in your own head, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. You know, you would think it sounds just like that.
Like an
And
internal monologue.
Yep, and it's Lightbringer.
It's Lightbringer? Okay.
Yep.
I was like, oh, the trees are reaching out to me. It's the Ant Wives.
Testing.
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, so my telepathy ability is kind of like a walkie-talkie. Like I have an ability to sense emotions that is separate from this, but I can't just like expand my mind to like sense thoughts. It's like a two-way
Emotional damage.
That's how my telepathy works. So I need like a target, and then I like communicate. So it's not like I'm sensing thoughts the way that I do with emotions.
Okay.
So I don't know, try one or the other way. Just kind of like open your mind to like the organisms.
Okay. Are we already on the ground?
Yeah, you guys have flown here at this point. You haven't left the ship, but
Okay.
you're close to where you need to be.
Okay. Do I think that it would be easier to feel the spirit of the plants, man, if I was closer to the ground?
Probably. Yeah.
All right. I'll
If you're just using logic, and you're trying to speak, it would obviously be easier to understand somebody if you were closer.
okay. Then yeah, I'll if there was like a spot for me to just like open up a door and then
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it
Okay.
almost kind
And
of
I'll follow him.
it almost in a liquid metal sort of way. It just goes shoo, and opens. So it's like super high tech. You're just like, wow, that's like amazing. I want to fly this.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
Right.
I'm
He's got
rich.
people for that.
Yeah.
True.
I was rich. So yeah,
Oh,
I'll fly down to the surface, and
you have people to die for you. Dang it!
yeah, I left him at home.
Yeah, they're the people that he left all his stuff to.
All right.
That's not how the game's supposed to work.
So you both fly down from the ship, which is maybe 200 feet in the air right now,
Okay.
and touch down on the ground. It's cold. It is. There are the remnants of snow out here from when snow fell recently.
Oh yeah, it is January.
Yeah. I
Yep.
looked it up. It's 29 degrees is as high as it gets.
Okay.
Oh, 27, excuse me. Yeah.
This is a lot colder than I thought it was going to be.
I'm probably not too bothered. I made a fire. Okay, so I'll go up to, and I'll actually go. I'll go. Wait, of all these trees are there any evergreen trees up here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go up to
Yeah,
one of them.
you could, if you look at just the picture, there's a lot of deciduous trees
Oh,
up
yeah.
here.
Big time.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go up to one of the ones that looks like it might still be awake
Okay.
or alive. Yeah, and I'll put a hand
Okay.
on the trunk of the tree.
Roll your psyche.
Oh wait, hold on. It's maybe not that bad.
I think you have an incredible.
Monstrous.
Shift 9000.
No. Green feet.
Hey, let's go.
Okay.
Nice.
So you kind of reach out for a second, and then you end up hearing, "Do you get this guy? Man, I sure hope he's not going to carve his initials into us." He looks like he's hanging around with his girlfriend right now, and they're dressed like nothing like the hikers we normally see. Yeah, I know, right?
I'm gonna.
Since when do they wear buckets on their heads?
These trees are really distracting. Now I know why I never wanted to talk to them. They're also really mean. Mom, the trees are bullying me. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna go. Don't worry. I'm not gonna carve anything into you, and that's my sister apparently.
And then you hear, "Shh! Wait! He can talk to us.
Was he talking out loud?
Stand
Or-
perfectly still."
I was imagining I was trying to
Oh,
say
he's
it.
talking
in-
mentally. Okay.
yeah, but
Wait. Can
I've
I
never-
hear him?
I've never done it before, so probably saying that. Out loud.
Give me a psyche check.
Yellow?
Yes.
How funny.
Weird.
Basically, you've got your ear up to the other side of the telephone, in essence.
Hello, trees. I'm not here to harm you or anything. I'm looking for something. Would it be possible to ask you some questions?
Guys, he's still talking to me.
If you can,
This is weird, right?
if you can hear me, if that means that you know I'm talking to you, right? I can hear you.
If you can hear me, wave at your leaves.
Yo tango el gato los pantalones.
Wait, are you a Spanish tree?
And then you hear this. Damn it! The jig's up. Run! And of course, nobody's going anywhere.
Yeah.
Be fast! Hurry!
I wonder why I've never done this before. Trees. Have you noticed anything? Because you mentioned hikers. Have you noticed anything larger than hikers, maybe made of metal, coming out of the earth recently?
Okay, I guess you can talk to us. This used to be so quiet. You realize we're older than you, right?
There goes the neighborhood.
That's-
Like way older than you. I know what metal is.
Listen. I'll leave as soon as you tell me what I want to know. I don't want to bother you. I just
No. Since you're bothering me now, and you're asking me all sorts of like really, this is so embarrassing. I'm never going to live this down. Can you at least fix the sign down the road that tells hikers where to go? I absolutely do not want more drunk kids sitting underneath my tree dumping cans everywhere. I don't want secondhand beer. That's gross, man.
okay. I promise I'll try to do something about the sign. I'll destroy the cans once,
Oh yeah, if you could totally pick up trash around here, then 100%. I'll answer whatever questions you got, man.
Okay. So
Deteriorating Cheetos are the worst.
I don't I know it. But yeah. So I'm looking for either a cave or maybe some sort of entrance that looks like where creatures that are 15 to 20 feet tall would be coming in and out of.
Oh, the big metal human looking things?
Yes.
Well, yeah, there's a cave. Oh, you guys don't have measurements like we do. Okay, do you see my do you see like my arm that's pointing most north?
Do I see the arm that's pointing most north?
A branch. Yeah, like basically if it was a compass, there is one that's pointing a little bit more, actually a couple, but yeah, pointing in a most northern direction.
Okay. Yeah, I see your arm.
She says, okay, so that's going towards the top or near the mountain there. There's a cave that's not a cave. I don't really know how to describe it, but it seems to have like one of those door things like you guys put on our dead bodies.
Wait, how do you know that?
We talk, man.
They're imps.
Yeah, Pulsar is trying to imagine like how word got back from the mills, like what's happening to the
I
trees.
mean, first the house plant tells the backyard plant, and it just goes on from there.
They have a whole system.
Yeah, like 101 Dalmatians. It's kind of like that, but in plant.
The barking chain.
Mm-hmm.
They hear it through the grapevine.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
The
Ooh,
thing.
now I know where Helios gets it.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll say. Okay. Yeah, that helps. That helps a lot. Thank you.
He says, but it looks like almost exactly like the mountain, and I'm only narking on them because that's not terra firma.
Okay.
Can you not like carpet bomb that area or whatever it is you guys are planning on doing? Though I've got friends near there.
I mean, wait. Do you want me to just destroy it? Like, if you've got friends near it.
Did you just hear me say don't carpet bomb it?
Oh, I thought you said.
We've still got some seedlings over here that are like living out Nam still.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt any trees. I'm very pro.
Okay, I super appreciate it.
Yeah.
Arbor.
Guys, would you stop laughing? Yes, I'm talking to the Buckethead. He understands us. Oh, God.
Do you want me to move the trash out from under you and behind underneath one of those trees?
At
that's
this
bothering
point,
you?
I almost want you just to move it out from under me. Like, let
Okay.
those guys rot. Yeah, you heard me.
Okay, point out the tree that's the most annoying, and I'll put the garbage over there.
Okay, he says, you see that POS little sapling over there? Keep looking. You're right. A little more right. Yeah. See?
Okay.
He sees you now.
Okay.
And you can see that there's like some trash that's been built up a little bit, like around the roots. It's a little covered in snow, obviously, because snowfall and whatnot. But yeah.
Okay.
He says, screw that guy.
You got it. Thanks for the information. Do you have a name?
You wouldn't understand it.
Okay. Fair enough. And I will start picking up garbage and depositing it under a different tree.
So you're not going to just pick it up. You're going to put it underneath it. You're going to give him all the trash that's around there.
Well, no, didn't the tree say he wanted me to like pick up the trash that's like underneath?
Yeah,
the
pick it
tree
up
on top?
underneath him. Yeah,
But didn't he say he wanted me to move it underneath the sapling?
No, he just said basically leave
That's
that
what
one
I
alone.
heard.
Was
No,
it
me-
a Douglas?
too.
Was
Oh,
it a
okay.
Douglas? Was
Oh.
it a Douglas fir that he was talking to?
It was Douglas.
From Douglas.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just collect the trash underneath this tree because it helped me out.
Okay.
And then I'll with my arms filled with garbage, I'll use the comlink and say, okay, there's according to this tree, there is an entrance to the north of us. There's a cave, but because it sounded like the tree said that it would be like there's like an illusion or something in front of it, right?
He just called it a cave that's not a cave,
Oh yeah. So okay, yeah. He said the tree
and
said
claimed that
there's-
there was a door.
Yeah, there's a cave to the north that is not a cave, and that there's a big door to it. Yeah, trees have a lot of attitude.
Huh. Well, it sounds as if you were successful. How did it feel?
Well, the trees mocked me for a good amount of time. I didn't know what I was expecting, but they're more aware than I thought they would be. Do you guys have a trash can up there?
Can we see him with his arms full of trash?
Yeah.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't catch the whole trash thing. What is that about?
So the tree was saying that hikers come up here and litter, and in exchange for the information, I offered to clean up the garbage underneath this tree.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm not cleaning up underneath that tree, and I point towards the sapling. So apparently that one's kind of a jerk.
They have different personalities. Fascinating.
Yeah, they also know about doors. Like they know what people do with wood to make doors.
It
That's
seems as if they
awkward.
can hear people when they're talking nearby and have found a way to understand them, but of course not communicate to them.
Yeah, I honestly did not think it was going to be able. Like it even tried to pretend like it couldn't hear me,
That's weird.
and it spoke Spanish for a little bit too.
Then Spanish-speaking
Really weird.
individuals walked by. Well, something more to explore into later, but yes, you can bring the material up here. In fact, if any of that's metallic, you can actually hand that off to Red Arsenal. That can be useful for his arm if it gets damaged.
Okay.
so your arm's made out of trash.
Nice. Recycle Man. That's my new name, Recycle Man.
Trashy.
Need to fire a Cheeto arrow.
Yes. Yes, let's go.
Yeah, it just explodes in orange. That way they leave a trail everywhere
Yes,
they go.
yeah.
There's just fingerprints everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like glitter.
Mhm.
It's
Right,
excellent.
But
Excellent
orange.
for tracking.
I would love to see like a detective like like dusting for fingerprints, but they just pull out some Cheetos and they just like grind it up, just kind of dust it all over the place.
Nice.
What are you doing? I'm Cheetoing for fingerprints. But yeah, I'll fly up with my arms filled with garbage. I'm assuming I'm assuming it's probably not a good idea to burn any of this stuff, so that's why I was like, oh, I'll fly it into the trash.
Okay. So in case anything happens, Red Arsenal, you have 3 Coors Light cans.
Nice. That's good enough for an arm, right?
For damage to their arm.
Okay.
A little bit.
Also,
The nanites could try and repurpose it.
also, the tree did also ask that a repair be made to the trail markers around here, because apparently, I guess hikers shouldn't be going up near that tree, but the tree is aware that the trail is mismarked.
Ah. Well, perhaps I might be able to find that. And
This is so weird.
he'll generate like 20 copies and have them kind of fly overhead and spread out to see if he can find where these markers are.
Okay. Yeah, it's only one, and with 20 bodies out there, you find it like no problem.
Okay, cool. So
It's like 2 miles away from here, and all you have to do is once you find the trail, just follow it along until you find a downed marker.
Gotcha. Okay, so
And
then
it was a wooden post that had a couple signs that showed where actual trails were and whatnot.
Okay, gotcha. Then yeah, the one copy that's there, I'm gonna try to make it solid so that it can just go ahead and fix that marker.
Okay.
Roll.
This is not how I thought this game was going to go today.
Yeah, red feet.
All right.
Nice.
Make sure you add that down.
Yep.
And so with that, being able to focus in your Wusa moment, you materialize that particular quantum version of you, and taking a moment with your relative strength and capability, driving that back down into the ground in the form of a replacement post or whatnot. Yeah, not a problem.
Right there. Yeah, once he's got that all taken care of, he then just go ahead and dissipates the copies, and then his actual self is like, there, accomplished. The trail marker's been fixed.
We did our part for the trees.
Now let's head north. We'll be watching the ground, any cliff faces or any rocky surfaces that would be large enough for perhaps a hinged or sliding door to
Sure.
exist.
So,
May even be trapped.
Lightbringer and Hyperion, roll your reason.
White feet.
Oof.
Red feet for her.
99 is red.
Wow. Okay. So as you guys are flying and keeping an eye out over the horizon where you guys are going, you're not going terribly fast, obviously. What you're trying to do is you're taking the relative size of the recorders and thinking to yourself, okay, well, I know what size-wise what they're like. The door has to be relative in size to them. How would this line up somewhere on the mountainside? And once you start going through that in your head, Lightbringer, you're like, oh, okay, that range, like right there, where it kind of curves in and starts making like not really you wouldn't call it a canyon. I forget what the heck it would be called.
Crevasse.
Crevasse, I guess, yeah. But there's something accordingly along that goes up high enough, and it's wide enough that if the door was set at an angle, could probably slide open back and forth and would provide a perfect entrance for them.
I will point it out. Hey, what do you think about that area over there?
It's worth checking out. Let's approach it and then see if we can scan it more closely with instrumentation on board.
Okay. And as you start pulling up, Pulsar, you hear a voice in your head.
Is it the trees?
Champion, you are nearing an unknown power source.
Unknown. Uh-oh. I'll call out to Hyperion that Compass is saying that we're approaching an unknown power source.
And it's likely that that is the location.
Maybe we should land and approach on foot. I don't want your ship to get shot out of the air.
We can accomplish that. Let's make sure that we actually keep the ship in hover, but still in this area. We can then approach on land. Shone, would you mind doing us a favor?
Of course. You want me to zap us down there?
If you would.
Not a problem. And she will zap him down to the surface.
Okay. So it's left, hovering up a little ways. You guys drop down to the ground, about 50 feet. So it's not terribly far.
Okay.
And I post up a new picture in the chat. That's kind of what you're looking at there.
Oh man, this is nice weather out here.
It's quite pretty.
Nice.
And then at this point, Pulsar, you hear from Compass, Champion, why were you just in a Salanthi vessel?
So apparently, one of the legacy is part Salanthi, I guess. Salanthi. Is it Salanthi or Slanthi?
Salanth would be singular. Salanthi is plural.
Okay. Yeah. The one of the members of the group is half Salanthi, I guess.
Interesting. I was unaware that they had discovered this technology.
Is that a problem?
It could be. Their planet has been destroyed.
Okay. I think
This is likely a refugee ship.
Okay. I don't know anything about that group of people. Are they peaceful?
He says they were technologically they were a technologically advanced sludge-like being.
Sludge. Huh. Okay.
Humans on your planet would likely see them as a form of Mercury.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot about him. Okay. Can you sense anything odd in the area that we're in aside from the power source?
I can. I am detecting the faint signature of a recorder hive.
Okay. So it seems like we are in the right spot. I'll relay that to the group. Compass says that we are in the vicinity of a recorder hive.
Oh,
Ooh.
Interesting. Refers to as a hive. How much information does this compass have about what we're about to face?
Compass, what can you tell me about a recorder hive?
Most of that information is classified. However, what information that I can relay is that hives were bases of operation for recorders on planets that were monitored.
Okay. Sorry, I'm handwriting my notes.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm gonna kind of like balk a little bit and be like, "What do you mean, classified? Like, classified implies that there is like some organization or some higher power that is not giving you clearance or not giving me clearance. Like, are you like, if I'm supposed to be fighting these things, shouldn't I have access to as much info as possible?
Affirmative, but some of that data has been lost.
Oh, it's lost.
It was classified prior to it being lost.
Oh, okay. I was
Ergo, it was impossible to retrieve some of it.
okay.
However, the belief is that hives range anywhere between 5 to 20 recorder units.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Yeah, I'll ask you some more questions about some of the information, and maybe, or who knows, maybe we'll find some unlocks for you in terms of that info in this base.
I would stress caution. There is an active nuclear reactor inside.
Okay.
It may only be at half power given the ancient status of the technology. However, rupturing it would still cause sufficient damage to the region for anywhere between 20 to 40 miles.
Okay, good to know. I'm gonna clap my hands together like clap. Okay, everybody. So new information incoming. So recorder hives are essentially where the recorders. It's a base of operations for the recorders on planets that they're observing. We're looking at anywhere from 5 to 20 possible recorders inside, and apparently there is an active but ancient nuclear reactor inside this base.
Oh, wonderful.
It's operating at half power, but we need to be careful about rupturing it because Compass says that it could affect things anywhere from 20 to 40 miles from this place. So we have to be cautious.
Of course. Therefore, once we enter inside, any ranged attacks, especially those of you with energy-based ranged attacks, be extremely cautious when using said abilities. If you were to miss and hit a weak spot on that nuclear reactor, it could spell devastation. Shown, this goes doubly for you, since electricity will conduct likely through many of the elements that are within the base. Be very
Gotcha.
careful.
Noted.
Any other information?
Is there anything else that Compass can tell me that might be helpful?
No. He just Compass just indicates that it is impossible to know anything more without getting past its sensor grid.
Okay. So the base has a sensor grid, or
Mhm.
or okay. Compass says that's all the information that we can get at the moment, but we might be able to learn more once we're inside. I guess it's they've got some sort of field that's keeping some information away from us.
Understood. It would prevent advanced technology from finding it directly, hence why we've had to go this roundabout way to see it. Well then, let us continue on to where the door is and see if we can find a way to open it or bypass it.
Yeah.
So as you guys advance, and within about 2 minutes after you guys land, Hyperion no longer looks like Hyperion. He looks like his typical gray metal self.
Huh.
The quantum field that he uses to give him his little bit more lifelike appearance is gone.
What happened?
Interesting. I try to go ahead and generate a copy like 2 more feet ahead of me, like further where I was going to walk.
Yeah, just sparks. Just like quantum entangled sparks and nothing.
The field they have is extremely advanced and it's interacting with the quantum fields in the region. I won't be able to use my virtual photon projector for copies while we're here.
Oh, that's great.
Uh-oh.
Sean's going to try to just generate some electricity between your fingers
Okay.
to see if she's affected by
No.
it as well.
Just you've
Okay.
got sparks coming off your hands.
Okay. Well,
Whatever it is, the field apparently works on a quantum level.
I'm
Excellent.
still able to zap, so it must be just you.
Technology based, I guess.
Of course, we're likely entering that sensor grid or field. It would nullify my ability to actually search using my copies. Fascinating.
What about your arm, Red Arsenal? How's your arm feeling?
Oh, that's a good question. He'll like, you know,
Nothing.
he'll look at.
No hindrance. No.
There's
no
like a
sluggish
little.
nature.
Yeah. Okay. There's no sluggish nature. Yeah. There's like a little readout, and he was just looking at the readout to
Mhm.
see like. It looks like everything's normal. So.
Do I feel unempowered while I'm here?
Nope.
No. Okay. I could still talk to plants. Like
You can still talk to plants.
Okay, sweet.
It's very important.
Well, because I can do that now.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
special.
Tell me what you're thinking, Celery.
I don't want to die.
It's too bad.
Oh.
You're so tasty and crispy.
All right. So then Hyperion is now going to, since we're in this area, he's going to look around the area using something he newly obtained, using penetration vision.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, fancy.
He'll be able to see 6 feet through material. And so he's going to look around to see if he can find like an artificial door or something underneath the rock.
Go ahead and roll your intuition. Dun, 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 dun. And actually, I think one of the members of the Legion of Superheroes has Penetra Vision, which is essentially the same thing.
Nice. Yellow feet.
Okay. Yeah. So as you start kind of looking around and getting that new upgrade kind of tested out, you immediately scan right over a black area.
Interesting. There is a shadow within the rock. Can I tell about how large this black area is?
Yeah. Door wise, it's about 25 feet height,
Okay.
and
It's
you are
like-
unable to get past it.
Okay. It's likely the door. If I can't see through it, fascinating. It may be made out of Dravixium.
Can I use like thermal vision and kind of like just like look around to see if I see any like panels that are like lit up, like if there's like a way of getting in and out of this place?
Yeah. So, I mean, you scan around. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You don't see anything outside of the cold and somewhat damp area that you're at.
Okay, interesting. It doesn't. Nothing's radiating any.
Correct.
heat? Okay.
Which might indicate that the quote unquote system is sealed.
The system is sealed. Okay.
So then Hyperion's going to go ahead and approach wherever that, black spot is, technically. Go up to that area.
Mhm.
Does it look like there are any like creases, or now that we're really close, is there any type of like paneling or something that can be accessed from outside to
Mm-mm.
do something to the door? No.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
But with your
Possible
vision, obviously being blocked, you can actually see the entire depth of what's there. You just
Okay.
can't see past it, so you know exactly where it's at.
okay. This is where the doorway is, and it's approximately 20 feet tall. I'm not seeing any paneling that would allow us direct access, it's likely that it would have to receive some sort of communication or be overridden somehow. Shown,
Yes.
with your powers, can you sense any amount of electrical power that's within the door without projecting that power?
Well, I'm looking. Well, it doesn't really say, it just says manipulation and generation. So I'm going to guess probably no, Jerome.
I don't. What's the question?
Well, he wants to know if I can sense any like electrical currents.
Right, that's correct. No, you cannot.
Yeah. No, I haven't mastered. I can only generate and manipulate it, but I can't sense it.
I see.
Can I? I'd like to contact Compass. Like Compass, you wouldn't happen to know how to get the door to open, would you?
That was also a part of the classified information.
Okay.
We can try a brute strength method, seeing as how we actually do have strong heroes here. Pulsar, if you would assist me, let's see if we can perhaps lift this area. I'm not sure how it opens, if it opens downward, upward, or to the side, but we can see if it has any give, and we push it in different directions.
Jerome, does it, like, I guess where we're at, does it look like a rock face, or does it
Mhm.
look like a?
It
Okay.
looks identical to a rock face. Like just if he didn't point it out, you wouldn't even know it's here.
Okay. If like I go up and I put my hand on it, does it feel like a rock?
Yep.
Okay.
You pick up dirt. There's some rock. There's dead plant. Yeah, just everything. Like this looks as about as authentic as you could get it.
Okay. You know what? I real fast before we bring the door down. Are there any plants in the nearby?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the picture I sent you, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
More
go up
trees.
to. Like, I'm gonna kind of go up to like the nearest tree, and I'm gonna again put my hands on it
okay. Go ahead and roll your psyche.
in a friendly way, comics code appropriate way. Red feet.
Okay.
Nice.
So now you can hear him, and he's like, "Oh no, he's touching me now, guys. This
Or like-
feels so wrong."
I could take my hands off. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to touch you inappropriately.
Yeah, man, like that's my lower trunk.
Okay. Sorry, I thought it might be easier to communicate with you if my hand was on you, but the hand's off.
Yeah, we're not like that, man. We're totally not. Take a look up. Branches don't touch.
I mean, sometimes. Okay. Yeah. I'm not here to argue with you. So you're pretty much here in front. Like, have you seen giant metal men come in and out of this area?
Man, what is it with you, like, with all the giant metal men? Is it like a fetish or something? Like,
How do you know what a fetish is? All right. Listen. Have you seen them operate in like this door before?
yeah, it's loud as heck when they come in and out.
Or do
Wakes
you-
me up every time.
When they come back and go through this door, have you seen how they activate it?
No, they just fly up to it.
They just
I
fly
don't know.
up-
Do you guys have like some sort of radio or something? I don't know. It's not like they say anything, but I'm told. Well, I shouldn't even say I'm told. We hear radios occasionally, so we know like radio waves get out here.
Wait, so are you saying you hear radio waves and then the door opens?
I'm not saying I hear radio waves. I'm saying radio waves come out here. It's a form of communication. You know, like when people put up the boom boxes and whatnot and
I
play some of those god awful hits.
Listen, I know what a radio is. I guess we're trying to find a way to get into this place so we can shut it down.
You're not going to carpet bomb it, are you?
No, I don't know how you guys know about carpet bombs, but no, we're not planning to do that.
Dude, we've totally got some saplings that were nom. Yeah, they're totally not okay with it. They're stressing you're about ready to blow the whole countryside up.
The trees that are from Nam or trees that went to Nam?
Well, it's a long story.
Okay. Okay, so I guess do you have any sort of advice or clues that would help me get access to this place? Do you know if there's like a sally port, another entrance that's for people of our size? Because we're not exactly.
No, I've never seen anything like that.
Okay.
I think hikers would have found something if there was something like that, man. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. No. Thank you.
My guess is radio waves. Otherwise, I'm not a scientist. You got me.
Okay. Thank you for the information.
Can you not talk about touching me too? Like, I'm over here a little bit by myself. I may be able to pass it off that you didn't grope me. And we just like kind of hashed it out like two dudes just looking for directions.
So you're a guy tree?
Yeah, how could you not tell?
Yeah, you've got wood. Good point. Okay, I will. Don't worry. I don't talk to trees often, and I swear I'll never bring that up.
All right, man. I got a reputation to uphold.
Okay. Masculine tree. Got it. And I'll kind of walk back over to the group.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll be so. For the record, you guys didn't see me touch that tree.
Okay.
Yeah, that he's got a reputation to uphold. So apparently, the way the recorder, when the recorders come back, they just fly in. But the tree mentioned that it noticed like an uptick of like radio waves when they do. So maybe the door responds to radio waves somehow.
Do we need to send it a code and it will open up? It's a wireless entry system.
Is that something Helios could crack?
We could see. Hyperion to Helios, do you have any way to send a transmission to this location where we're at currently through radio waves?
Affirmative. I am broadcasting to you right now.
In that case, we need you to see if you can actually send information to this location to see if a computer responds to you and asks for an input code. We're trying to actually open a door that's hidden, and it seems that it requires a code sent to it to do so.
We'll begin transmission. We'll let you know if I am successful.
Excellent.
Jerome, the recorders are they're made of dexamite, right?
No, they're not.
No? Okay, what I'm looking through my notes.
Because that would be very gross. Dexamite or aliens.
Okay. Well, but they're from they're from that culture, right?
They are, yes.
Okay. So is it possible that the code that is being broadcast is like open door in the Dexamite language via radio waves?
That's a good guess.
I'll say that out loud. Does anybody here know Dexamite? Or the binary language of Dexamite?
It would make sense that that's what it would respond to, but to my knowledge, we haven't found any type of cipher or book that has Dexamite linguistics. Although, Helios, do you have any degree of Dexamite language in your database?
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
So he goes, Helios, do you have any Dexamite linguistics within your database?
Negative.
Would-
Nothing that would confer any sort of fluency.
Understood.
Can I ask Compass the same thing? With Compass, would you happen to know any of the Dexamite language?
Shelly, read the Facebook chat.
Okay. Oh no,
Oh.
it's my fan, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
Sure it
funny,
is.
Jerome. Yeah, the groping kind of got me.
Mhm.
Well, so just keep in mind you might want to mute yourself.
I'm muting.
So Compass says that is affirmative. I do have a working understanding of the Dexamite language. Why do you need it? It's not something I can transfer.
I will ask. I'll say we need apparently we need to broadcast something through radio waves to get the door to open. Would you possibly know of any phrases in Dexamite that might be commonly used to operate an automatic door?
I do not, at least not in how they might encode it in a military sense.
Okay.
However, have you checked the properties of the metal that you obtained?
I think that we did. Hold on, let me see. Wait, hold on. I think I was taking notes for that day, so I would have to go through my notes. Or wait, was that the day that I was taking? I don't know. I know we did have it scanned.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Well, it's a super alloy not found on Earth, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
It's like a strong premium steel. Would Jerome, would
Mhm.
Hyperion have the sample of that still in his like quantum compartment, or
No, but you have the breakdown that it came back with in your
okay,
head.
okay. Then let's see here, because the only thing I wrote down was that it was like steel.
Yep, premium steel.
Okay.
So why don't you, at this point, put that big brain of yours into action and roll reason?
All right. Red feet.
Oh, nice. So now that you're stuck and you're trying to come up with phrases or whatnot, you realize that the alloy itself
Mhm.
Resonates. It has the ability to resonate with the wind.
Interesting.
Oh, is that why they're called recorders? Like it has something to do with like sound or wind?
Interesting. The premium steel element, it does resonate with wind. I wonder if it actually needs to be something that's audible through the atmosphere. Pulsar, do you have any information from Compass regarding Dexamite language, such as simply the word open?
Compass, do you know the word for just open?
I mean, he relays the word.
I will relay the word.
Then Hyperion, looks at the door and he yells out that word in Dexamite.
Okay.
Open.
Nothing.
Okay.
When you, Jerome, when you said that the metal resonates with the wind, is the door activated by maybe we do need to try and fly the ship towards it? Maybe the wind that it takes its like wind pressure?
Again, these are all great questions, but not so much pressure.
Okay.
You guys are definitely starting to think on the right level, though. Brittany, you could always activate your hyper intelligence.
That's a good idea. I had been thinking, I mean, radio is a type of electromagnetic frequency, and I can manipulate radiation,
True.
but radio it's not a hard radiation, so I don't know if that's beyond me.
It's actually
So-
not,
Mm.
but it's obviously you're
But
not
I-
as proficient with it because it's not UV.
But also then I'd have to just trial and error the
Yep.
frequency, so
Mhm.
that would take a while. I'm going to activate Super Brain.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I think you need to get higher than a 1.
Okay.
Shift 1 million.
I got a green.
Yep, green feet on a 14.
Man.
So you guys see Lightbringer kind of get that glazed over look, kind of like what's his name from
Jimmy Neutron.
no, not Jimmy Neutron, from the assassin from Mass Effect 2.
Ah. Okay.
Thane Krios.
Krios, yeah, Thane. Yeah. It's like for a second she just kind of gets this glazed over look and she starts like rattling off the information that you guys have. Now that you've had a chance to kind of take in what little variables you have at this point, Brittany, immediately with your big brain, it's the vibration of the metal making it attuned to pass through. It's a type of phase.
So how can we replicate that?
You're going to need something made of that metal,
Something made of that metal.
or attempt to force your way in. Or
Can we replicate the metal?
somebody does have hyperinvention here.
Yeah.
So you could attempt to do that on the ship. It's a risk, but you could definitely do it.
I will suggest the vibration frequency route.
But we need the metal or we need essentially like a vessel of that metal in order to do it, right? Because
Not really a vessel. We just need like a block or just something we could, hit it with to get the vibration that we need.
Or
Didn't-
Hyperion, do you know how Xenofreeze's people speak?
Oh, we could sing it. Yeah.
If you
Didn't he
if
bring
you
us
tied
a
that
piece
into the
of that
vessel,
metal?
Mhm. What's that, Brittany?
Didn't Pulsar bring us a piece of the recorder,
Mhm.
which would theoretically be made of the metal that recorders are made of?
yeah, well,
That's
it's-
what I was
but we
asking
don't-
about before, but
Mhm.
that's like
Oh.
apparently back at Quantum Unlimited right
it
now.
is, yes. Mhm.
I mean,
Right now, Hyperion actually has the table of elements, like basically the element breakdown of how it's constructed.
the recipe.
It's in essence, yeah.
The
And if
chemical
that is
compound.
ultimately the key, that it somehow resonates, you just need to, in essence, build something on the fly in this ship to replicate it to pass through.
because I guess whatever we need to be inside of it, right? Because otherwise the thing will just fly through the door, but we won't. Like we need to be able to be inside.
Right.
This
Be
thing.
inside. You would be inside the ship.
True.
Okay.
Well, I can attempt to build something that will replicate that vibrational frequency for that material. It'll take just a little bit of time, but perhaps that's how simple it is. It's all we'll need. and it will know that someone who can generate that vibrational frequency should be allowed entry, and it will then open. Otherwise, we would try to blast through, but seeing as how I can't actually see through this door, I believe one of the only materials I would not be able to see through would be Dravixium. That would make penetrating the door near impossible with what we have currently.
Are the recorders made out of Dravixium?
They're made out of this different ore,
Okay.
but it would make sense that they make a door that protects the facility out of something that's extraordinarily strong.
Mm.
We couldn't just go around it, right? Do you think the entire facility is paneled in this metal?
I'm only seeing the paneling here, but this could be an entryway that leads even deeper to someplace where I can't see. I can only penetrate 6 feet into material in order to view it. Therefore, it would make sense that they make sure that they kept everything deep below ground and covered the one spot that would allow access with something extremely strong. If there aren't any other suggestions, we can head back to the ship and I'll begin constructing a device.
I'd be happy to help if you need a little extra brain power, I guess.
Yeah, and I can help too.
I could talk to plants.
Let us all head back to the ship.
Oh
my
no!
blade.
Oh,
And you
no.
have my bow, my axe.
And my talk to plants.
So then, yeah, he goes ahead and looks to Shone. Says, back to the ship, please.
Shelley's muted.
Yeah. Aye, Captain.
Poof.
And
Back up into the ship you go. Lightbringer, since you guys are gonna tag team this, you are 1 column shift down. Oh darn. Go ahead and roll again.
Me?
Yep.
Roll to Minecraft.
What is hold on. I will check.
It's 1K.
Gosh, it's like peanuts.
Don't say that before you roll.
Green, 20.
Even with cruddy rolls, super success.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you guys have kind of an idea what you're going for, you lay out in your mind how Hyperion should tackle this with his hyper invention. So Hyperion, go ahead and roll at a +1 column shift to your hyper invention.
Nice. Okay. So that's actually going to make it Shift Y.
Ooh. Fancy.
Fancy ketchup.
Still a
Green feet.
crappy roll, and the sky's the limit. This is a game that in some of your traits you can roll meh, and it's just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what you guys end up seeing is he just starts rewiring some things in Ixion's ship. He's grabbing a couple parts that he needs from elsewhere as he's, just rewiring and kind of in the zone and whatnot. And you have temporarily set up basically what is a displacement field that you think is going to match the vibrational make this ship match the vibrational signature that the recorders use.
Okay.
This
All
is
right.
this is a temporary fix. However, you will want to repair this when everything is done.
Right. All right. Everyone stand ready for this prototype run. Let's approach. So we have the ship approach the door.
Okay. So as you start easing in, you see the doorway, like as you're it's literally making physical contact and you're passing straight through it.
Mhm.
Almost as if it would, even though you know it's physical, you know it's there, but you're passing through it almost as if it's like just pixelated and digital, like it's just
Hmm.
as you fly straight through it into darkness.
And we pass through it too, right? We don't just like smash up against the. Okay.
Oh no!
Yes, you are within the vibrational shield.
Okay.
Excellent. Are there any exterior lights that can be projected from the ship?
Yep.
Turn those on. See what
So-
we can see.
So you see what appears to be a long hallway. There is some dirt and dust on the floor. Hasn't been used for quite some time. But the floor and walls and what bit of a ceiling is that that they have here, as you're coming in, is all metal. Presumably, it's that you're in a location that this presumably could be Aldrovixium.
Fascinating.
You can see faded markings on the sides in a language you have no idea what it is. Presumably, Dexamite. You see as you are coming in. Let me give you.
Oh, we should take pictures of the words.
With our disposable cameras.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's all right. Hyperion saw
I-
it for 1 second. He's got it.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I was going to say we have smartphones now, right?
Yep.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, I keep thinking I'm like 1995.
That is in essence what you
Everybody
see
else
right
is in
there.
1995.
It is, for all intents and purposes, looks like a landing pad.
Okay.
You can
Wow.
see that there is what appears to be some sort of small door there. The door is open, and you see what appears to be two skeletons on the ground, human looking.
Hmm.
There is nothing but tattered clothing remains on them, and the bones are super white.
Let's see. Can we use the ship to see if there's any like poisonous gas or anything weird right outside the ship?
Oh
like
no,
in the
yeah,
stairway?
that's all on the readings. Remember, this is an exploratory vessel, so
Okay.
it would have been giving you that right. Yeah, everything
Okay,
here is auctionated. It's breathable atmosphere as you would experience outside,
Got it.
except
Okay.
filtered better. No pollen count.
Right.
Ooh.
Now that we're inside, can you generate your photon stuff now?
He tries to create a copy.
Yep, sparks around you. Just
No. Unfortunately, no. I won't be able to do that. That's going to happen anywhere we go throughout the facility. But clearly, we can teleport, move about, and do other things. I think we should actually investigate the skeletons and scan them with the medical scanner. See what species they are.
oh,
Do you still
and
have that library?
Sean, why don't you give me a give me a psyche check?
Okay. Come on, Discord. Discord's taking a nap. Okay.
Nice.
Yellow.
Okay.
Woo.
You feel very uneasy.
Yeah, you guys are gonna kind of see her cross her arms in front of her and kind of rub her arms, and she looks a little fidgety.
Is something wrong, Sean?
Are you cold?
No,
You feeling
Just-
all right?
no,
Oh.
just something's off. I
Did
don't like
you-
this.
will.
I don't like this place.
Did you just start feeling that now, or have you been feeling that for some time?
No, it just now came upon me. We shouldn't be here.
Interesting.
The vessel comes back that those both of them are human, and the based on the clothing that they are wearing is sometime from the somewhere between the 16 to 1700s.
Okay. Well, it's true they have been here for a while. At least centuries, if not millennia. Strange that they're there. Does it appear like there's any obvious reason why those two skeletons would have just been there? Like, can I tell what they were doing or trying to do?
Well, you don't have medical, I don't think, do you? I mean, you can
No.
certainly give it a reason check.
Okay. I'll do that.
Lightbringer, however, does have some medical.
Yeah, I would like to take a look.
Sure. Okay.
Did get a green feat. For that
Okay.
reason.
Would I just do reason with a column shift up?
Yeah. Unless you don't want to.
Red.
Woohoo.
96.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Dale, you're looking at it. Obviously, you're missing some details. You don't have the medical knowledge really to support it. But based on what you're looking at, it doesn't look like they were like speared or attacked or anything of that nature. One is just kind of slumped against the wall right there where it looks like you see the doorway. And the other one just looks like it's laying down not far away.
Okay.
Brittany she rolled a red feat. Based on everything that you can tell from this, it looks like, and you're able to tell this from the sensors on the ship as well as your own medical knowledge. It looks like one had been injured, perhaps a leg break or something. So based on your estimate, it looks like these two managed to get out somehow and made their way to the door and couldn't get out. And they probably just died of starvation.
Oh dear. I think these two were captives that managed to escape somehow but couldn't get through the door.
I see. Yes, it would seem to be virtually impossible for any biological being to escape something like this, unless they had assistance from outside. Well then, it's good to know that there is some way out, and we are on the right track. Jerome, so the only other doorway, is it like too small for like ships to go through? Like we have to go through on foot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can go a little bit further from that snippet of map that I gave to you, but it comes to a big double door.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
it looks like where these two died at was probably some sort of service access for humanoid sized beings.
Okay. Well, we can leave the ship here and try to head in personally. Shone, with your feeling, I would like you to stay attuned with that. And if that increases or decreases, let us know right away.
Okay.
In the meantime, if she's feeling that, Lightbringer, have you been detecting anything psychically?
Jerome, did anything jump out at me?
Mm-mm.
My danger sense is not activated?
Nope.
Can I do an empathy check? Kind of sweeping around, like doing like a
100%.
360.
Yep. What's your power rank in that?
EX20.
Okay, give me a psyche check.
Green, 58.
Oh, nice. There apparently is a second floor to this location, and you can feel some emotion weak down below you somewhere.
Can I tell what the emotion is?
Dread, fear, and
Is
dread.
is it like um dull, or is it sharp? Sharp in the sense of like urgent?
No,
just like-
more like just surrender.
Okay. I will point to where I'm kind of getting the feeling. Say, like I'm personally not feeling anything, but an emotion sweep indicates that there are inhabitants down here in this direction, and it's just sort of a dull, hopeless dread.
Prisoners,
Of course. Prisoners, exactly. Those who have been captured. We need to get to them as quickly as we can. Is everyone ready to go out on foot?
Let's
I'm
go.
Excellent. Let's see here. So, is there a spot where the ship can actually like land?
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
whole hallway is big enough to land at.
Okay,
If
good.
you can tell, you can see that there are, well, they look kind of like speakers on the map. Like
Okay,
on the bed, that's basically wide enough for 2 cars to park there. So your
Gotcha.
ship would basically land like right in the middle and be just fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and land it. Open up the bay door so we can get out, and then head to that service entrance.
Okay. It looks like at one point in time, this particular service entrance had been, it may have been like a security checkpoint of some kind, because you can see that there is, a console that's not operating anymore. It's got a thin layer of dust on it, a chair that was sitting in it. Let me show you kind of what we're looking at here, and I'll give you another clip. Clippity clip. This is, here we go. Just take snippets here, since you can't see everything. But you guys are at 1B right now.
Got it. Okay.
But that looks like that was perhaps a place where people would come in, check in for whatever reason, and then continue on.
Okay. Let's see. So then there are no like active panels or anything that can be interacted with. Nothing
No,
like
it's
that?
just
Okay.
it's all off, and in fact, you don't even see buttons on it. It's just all what appears to be some sort of like glass face.
Okay. Gotcha.
And as you guys are walking through this hallway here, you can tell, you can even look over the edge. It's just black.
Huh. Like as if it's just kind of like a void that's going out there? Or-
Exactly. Yep. Like it's just, for whatever reason, this part of the mountainside, that's a huge drop off.
Lightbringer, would you be able to shine light into that void to see exactly what's there, if anything?
We cannot hear you, Brittany.
You're muted.
I will give it a try.
She's all JK.
So I will send some light. Would illusion casting do that, or would the UV?
UV.
Because illusion casting wouldn't be able to be done in the dark, right? That
Right.
it doesn't like conjure any visible
Correct.
light. It
Mhm.
just okay. Yeah. So psyche.
Yep. Well, no, just I mean, you don't even have to really roll for it.
Oh, okay.
You're just in essence projecting a beam of UV down. Pew!
Do I?
Just like that.
Is my feeling getting worse or
No.
less?
Mm-mm.
Okay, staying the
All
same.
steady. Yep.
Okay.
And so you do that. And obviously, UV light doesn't provide a great upgrade to the visual spectrum, because it's like a black light. But I mean, you can see it, for the distance that she, shoots down. It's probably 50 to 70 feet drop off.
Ooh.
Too bad.
That's it.
Out of curiosity, Helios, can you hear us from in here?
And you get no response.
Uh-oh.
That's what I thought.
It's to be expected.
Let's just not split up in here, okay?
Correct. All right. Well, is there anywhere else we can walk to, like keep going down this service tunnel path?
Yep.
Or
If you
okay.
if you open up that path, there's a door right there.
Okay.
And you're going to have to actually. There's a very clearly what appears to be a human-sized palm, depressant. You push it against, and presumably it opens the door.
Go ahead and try that out.
Okay. And
Mm.
so it just kind of flashes red.
I'll give it a try. Bing.
Same thing. And
We would have to bypass the security. It's likely looking for an actual handprint or specific DNA or something else. So he's going to look at it to see if there's any way to bypass the security on that opening panel.
go ahead and give me a reason check. Do you have electronics?
Electronics, no. He does have computer engineering and computer operation.
Nope, that won't work here.
No? Okay. Okay, then that was a reason check?
Yep, just a reason check.
Ugh, white feet.
Boo. Okay, well,
Can I try?
yeah.
$90, yellow.
Wow. Okay. So both of you conclude that if you were able to remove the paneling, you may be able to do something. Lightbringer, you're able to find enough of a groove that with a well-placed zap, preferably of like electricity or something, you might be able to short circuit it.
Sean, do you think you could lend us a little juice over here? Like right in this area? Just a little bit.
Is it going to be safe to do that?
Is it secret? Is it safe?
Safe.
I think, Jerome, do I think it's safe?
As safe as you could guesstimate, yeah.
Like if she stays at X level of
Yeah.
voltage?
Mhm. Yeah, as long as she's not going like nuclear reactor level, AM50, she should be fine.
Okay. So would that be considered generation or manipulation?
It's generation.
Okay. So it would be an AM. I just hope I don't. This would be the time that the dice
Set it
roller
to stun.
says Yes.
So, well, if you're using AM50, then you're using your full charge.
Yeah. How much of that do you want to use? Like, I'd suggest something much lesser.
Well, yeah.
Can
Can-
you roll it at a lower level?
Yeah,
You sure can.
yeah.
Why
You
don't
can.
we roll it?
That's
Let's-
like in essence, it's like pulling your punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that that was the mechanic for doing that.
So how about a 30?
Try it. Try low and go up from there. So I'd say try a good 10 because it's just a small door.
Okay. 10 is what?
Good.
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 GD.
Interesting. I didn't know it worked that way either.
Yeah, you can.
White feet.
Okay.
Like
So,
you can't go past it, but you can go below it.
so she tries and nothing. It just sparks off the panel, unfortunately.
Do you
Try a
want me
little
to
bit
give it
more.
a little bit more juice?
Can we
Yeah.
can we spend karma on it? Do we want to spend karma on it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, she's going to try again with a little bit more juice.
Okay. So,
So
20.
that would be feeble.
EX20. That'd be EX.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeble.
Yeah.
Feeble would be a 2.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Don't try feeble.
Green feet.
Okay.
Nice.
So she ups it. She ups it at this point. Leaves a little bit of a scorch mark on the paneling, and then you end up seeing the panel itself kind of snap, crackle a couple times, and then you hear a magnetic lock release, and it just kind of sits there.
Then Hyperion goes up to the door and just kind of pushes it to the side wherever it has give.
You actually have to palm it
Okay. Yeah.
because it slides. So once you get it good enough, you kind of palm it over. It slides relatively easy, especially for being presumably as old as it is.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that you don't really have a good grip until you are able to move it enough. But yeah, force it open.
Excellent work. Let's continue. We head on inside. What do we see?
All right. Well, you are looking at more hallway at this point, which runs adjacent to the hangar entrance that you guys had just come in. There is a door off to your left, stairways, and a stairway down, and a door at the end of the stairway.
Does the stairway go down or does it go up?
It goes down.
It goes down.
Not by a lot, but it goes down.
That's towards the direction that Lightbringer was sensing people? Should we head that way first, or?
I think we should see what their situation is and then work from there. So any pathway that takes us closer to where she was sensing them is what we should follow.
But does anybody happen to have any food or water?
On us, unfortunately, no, but of course we can take them from here. The goal would be to actually extricate them from this facility, of course. And at that point, they'd have food and water.
Yeah, because I was thinking I wasn't expecting there to be prisoners, but if they haven't eaten or had water, and I'd like to give them a little relief if we could. But rescue's pretty good too.
Understandable.
Yeah, if
Let's
we can
make
get
haste.
them out, we can get them care faster than just trying to care for them in here.
Yeah, just a little relief. But yeah, let's keep moving.
Yeah. So going downwards, down the stairs.
Okay. You reach a door that's asking for the exact same thing.
Shown.
Okay.
Shown, let it all
Guess I'll
out.
do the same amount.
These are the doors we can do without. Come on.
I'm shocking to you.
Come on.
Yellow.
Woohoo.
Same thing. So now that you're starting to get in a groove, you're like, okay, if that worked on the first one, one of them's able to lift up the paneling a little bit. You
You're
deliver
gonna hear her
another.
talking to herself, saying, "Don't get cocky. Don't get cocky."
So again, a little bit of a burn mark from the electricity kind of frying it, but then same thing, and then you just have to kind of palm the door a little bit to slide it, and then pull it open. Easy peasy. Sitting in the room that you guys are at now. I like having a map that I can just clip. Gives me great fog of war. this is what you see. Now, in the room, it obviously is kind of an awkward shape, semi-octagonal.
Yeah.
The panel, however, that you see has one main screen, and it's got two smaller ones on either side, so for a total of 5. There is a singular chair there. Looks like there was a disused bench off to the side. You see what appears to be a broken flintlock pistol on the bench.
Okay.
And the computer bay, however, is actually active. You can see that it's still kind of glowing and radiating a little bit. It's really the only source of ambient light in here at this point.
Okay. So then going up to that panel, he's going to sit at the chair, because it's like a chair in front of these panels, I take it?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He sits at the chair in front of the panels and just kind of surveys it and tries to figure out what these panels do exactly.
All of which, or I should say none of which have any signals or buttons. And you can tell by looking at it, it's all related to touchscreen on the panels themselves.
Okay.
It's some sort of ancient yet highly advanced operating system that's in here. Operating, just it looks like it's doing it. The best you can tell is it seems to be, maybe it's in a sleep mode or something, because it's kind of going through and displaying some of the same pictures here and there. You can tell that there are apparently some surveillance cameras that are in here. No idea where they go to, but they all do still seem operational. And you also see that there is what appears to be some sort of like a cable connector with a cord and female ends that look very similar to the to two USB-C connectors, kind of like sitting on top of one another.
Okay.
And that's like a plug-in to this
Yes,
station.
it does appear to be some sort of what it does. No idea, but it does appear to be some kind of a plug-in.
Okay.
So Hyperion is going to just kind of move his hands around, like the different touch screens that seem to be off, to see if they react to him, like proximity to them or touching them or anything.
They freeze frame when you do,
Okay.
as in like they stop scrolling.
Okay.
But other than that, they don't do anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Your best guess is it looks like this cord you may have to have both in order to access it.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to need another connector here in order to successfully access everything. It's like something's been removed and we don't have full control of what these panels are linked to. Then he stands up and tries to use his penetration vision. Are there like two different looks like there's two different doors in this area that we haven't gone through, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me pull it up again real quick and take a look at it.
Okay.
There's a hallway that goes down to your left, based
Yeah.
on where you're at.
Okay.
Again, it's super dark, so you can't really see what's going down there. There's the doorway you came through, and there is the doorway off to your right.
Okay.
However, as you have committed to your memory, you see whatever symbol that you saw when you first came in matches that doorway.
The closed door?
The closed door, yes.
Closed door.
We would need to perhaps phase through that door if we were going to actually enter it.
How big is that door?
Human-sized.
human-sized.
Mhm.
Okay. So is this like phasing thing something that like the Dexamites could do?
Hyperion,
Yes.
question. Are you able to record?
Literally everything I experience
No.
acts as a recording for me.
No,
What
I
do you
mean
mean?
like audio. Are you able to record audio?
To what end? What were you thinking?
If we have to use the same method as we did to get in here, we can't communicate with our computer.
True.
So
I can generate audio.
can you think you could mimic the sound?
I can try.
It's worth it. I think it's worth a try.
I can tell you right now, it wasn't based off of radio waves.
Okay.
Yeah, because we needed like the metal to.
It was a specific vibrational hum that made everything in sync. So right now it's tied to the ship.
Yeah.
And it's Dexamite technology, right?
Presumably.
But it's tech and not biology. Because many of us have Dexamite genetics, right?
Mhm. That is correct.
That doesn't help us.
Nope.
Can I try to vibrate?
Yeah, you start to kind of get your own little hum going on there, but
Ready, vibe.
Yeah.
Ready?
Alright.
you're vibing. Hyperion, you actually see this come on one of the screens.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Do
Oh
like
my.
flash.
Ugh.
And it looks like that it was one of the cameras. It's starting to cycle back through its, kind of sleep mode and just random monitoring. So
Okay.
that pops up on one of the security cameras at one point. And you can see the eyes kind of like looking back and forth.
There are people being tested even now and connected in gruesome ways, being experimented on.
That was
Still
a human?
alive. It would appear to be so.
Oh my gosh.
We need to keep exploring to find ways to get through. We are obviously missing components, but perhaps other locations will have what we need. So then looking down that open hallway, walking that way, what do we find?
Give me a reason check, Dale. I'll post up what you guys see here in a sec.
Thanks for the new nightmares, Drew.
You are welcome.
Green feet.
Happy to help. So I'll include the number 3 on there too, so you guys have a understanding of what it is you're seeing there. Boop. So all the light gray areas, those are all doors. You see obviously the makings of what potentially is another hallway to go down. One is a fairly large double door, and keep in mind these are all human sized.
Yeah.
None of which here is recorder size, so it's very
Right.
clear that this was not just a recorder facility.
Exactly.
And Dale, you got a green check?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of instinctively reach up and feel the base of your spine, like you're pulling on a memory at one point.
Strange.
And you feel a socket.
I might be able to connect. One moment. Does it look like
And like one of your earliest memories, now that you think about it, because again, that was all new experience, so it clearly got buried with all of the other recall that that you have at this point, and
Right.
now you realize that you remember distinctly a comment from Rostenkowski asking about what that connection's supposed to be for. You don't really recall much else, but her questioning, like, what is that connection supposed to be for? And, father indicating that it was a custom plugin.
Interesting. So then he stops, turns around, and heads back to the table where it had the cable connectors.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem like that would be able to plug into this port that he has?
The scary thing is, it's an exact match.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What kind of virus protection do you have?
Well, my own mind, frankly.
Are you sure that it's not going to give you some kind of a Trojan?
What's a Trojan?
Oh, it's a bad thing.
Oh, maybe I wouldn't know that. Trojans.
Am I?
Coming from corporate America? Yes, you would have.
Oh, okay.
Because
You
those
came from
things
a
do
company
exist right
that
now.
needed to keep some of its secrets, so that would have been something they harped on everybody. And
Okay.
do not use a password of God, or
1, 2, 3,
Or
4.
password.
or
right.
password
I
or
can't
1, 2,
even
3,
I
4.
can't even tell you how many times they said not to, plug in strange discs lying around.
I understand, but
Hyperion isn't a strange disc.
I may be at least partly purpose-built. It's worth a try. If you'd like, you can connect with me mentally. That way, if there's anything happening to me, you can still attempt to communicate with my mind.
Okay, let's try that.
So I'll wait for her to establish the link
Okay.
Do I need a roll?
telepathically.
No.
Okay.
No, you're fine. You've done it enough at this point. There's no resistance. Yeah, you're fine.
You know Hyperion's mind passcode.
Yeah.
Hyperion rules 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, after I notice that she's made contact, he goes, "There goes nothing," and he goes ahead and plugs himself in.
Okay. Once that happens, Lightbringer, you're immediately kicked out. With the sound, with the sound like TV that wasn't quite tuned in, and that white static, and like the channels that are partly coming in, and just electronic noise. And you can see Hyperion at this point, like his eyes kind of like lids just fluttering, and he's frozen in place.
Does he look like he's in pain?
Would you know what a android looked like in pain?
I
Do
mean,
androids scream?
I'm assuming I've
electric
seen Terminator.
Well, he doesn't look like that.
Okay. How about Blade Runner?
He's not a replicant, but good question. But so it like the only thing you see at this point, Hyperion, like at this point, this is the first time since you've been active, you feel like you've been reduced to your base component.
Okay.
And all you see is like a reddish yellow kind of screen and some sort of bar graphic kind of going and growing right along the bottom part of your eye.
Okay.
Presumably it keeps going because you see it start picking up and start going across the other side. It's almost treating it as if it's no longer dual monitors. It's a single monitor.
Okay.
Sort of look. And then there's a pause, and you again at this point, even though you can't really act, this is also the first time you've ever felt a migraine.
Oh boy. Okay.
Something is very clearly stressing your neural sensors, and they are having a difficult time keeping up. Oddly enough, they're keeping up. But it's like you kind of got into a mode where it's like learning things in reality, it's like, okay, new information process, so on and so forth. This feels like somebody is dumping dumping terabytes of data into your mind all at once,
Okay.
as almost like it was a denial of service attack.
Okay.
So just like just dropping loads of information, and then and then for a second, you guys see him go limp. He falls into the chair, kind of just slumping over, and then you start to see the original reboot sequence that you saw when you first gained sentience.
Oh wow.
And so you start seeing the binary, like, limbs, spinal, spinal column, the digital organs that you have that, replicate this, that, or the other, the reboot memory of RAM. And finally, when you come back to, you've actually lost your ability to speak as Mark. So right now you just sound purely robotic. You're you again, but
Yeah.
like that part is gone. Not permanently. You just feel like you're probably going to have to reprogram that, inflection, what you had,
Uninstalled
what up before.
human.
What's that?
An uninstalled human.
Hello, friends. I am Hyperion.
Oh no!
I am functioning normally.
He's hawking bot.
Shall we play a game?
Can
I am
can I try
Hyperion.
Can I try and make contact again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Telepathically.
Go ahead. Hmm.
Is he still plugged into this thing?
He is, yes. All the screens have now stopped.
Yellow.
Okay, yeah, you've made connection again. All the screens have now stopped, and oddly enough, Hyperion, you understand everything that's on the screen now.
Nice.
You know what
Hyperion?
what the symbol on the door means.
Mark?
You know the layout. And you instinctively know how to operate this is basically, it downloaded Basic Operating System 1.0.
The user manual. Yes.
Mm.
Cool. Okay, so then in his now default tone, he'll be like, it appears that it provided me with information that now allows me to translate everything that's within this facility. I'm able to read what's on the screens and on the door. Fascinating. Such an
Right.
incredible amount of information.
Are you feeling okay?
You don't sound okay.
You sound weird.
The amount of data that it transmitted into my mind has rearranged some of the data blocks that I have. I will need to reprogram myself in that way, but that can happen in due time. For now, I now have a better understanding of where we are. Then he goes ahead and looks at that door. What does that symbol on that door mean?
Hanger.
Okay. So he goes, that symbol references a hangar. That would tell me that then there is some sort of vehicle in that location.
Or maybe the recorders.
That's where the recorders park and
Mhm.
unload prisoners. Can you find where the prisoners are?
Let me see what I can accomplish.
As soon as you ask that, like even like a part of his brain already starts doing it, you start seeing screens and whatnot change and going to different camera angles and whatnot. And speaking of which, Dale,
Yeah.
that picture that I showed of that individual,
Yeah.
you can see that you now read the text that it was on there. And it has like a ticker of how long the person's been there, where they were collected. Oddly enough, the Dexamite language is one now that you can fully read it. They have, it's kind of like Asian in a way, like just subtle changes to a particular kanji makes it change, makes it state so much more or something completely different. But the way the Dexamite language works is it's the character, but then they have characters kind of inside, almost as if it's like I don't want to say box type, but like almost like it's it's an inner bevel sort of thing. So they could say a lot more with fewer characters,
Got it.
which
Okay.
makes it way confusing to most of humanity because there's obviously a syntax that this just does not follow.
Right.
The person that's in there that has all the testing and whatnot on it has been listed as a Cahokia resident, and based on the calendar, it just says 850.
Cahokia. Does that mean anything to Hyperion? Has he ever heard what that is?
Roll your reason.
Is that 850 days or is that 850 years?
850
Is this thing
Green
keeping-
feet.
Greenfeet, yes. Cahokia was believed to be the largest pre-Columbian settlement in North America. They believe it dates back somewhere to 800 AD to 1400 AD.
Mhm.
Okay. Fascinating. This might explain disappearances of groups of people throughout time that have been mysteries. 850. Have they been prolonging the lives of these people for that long? If only I knew their measurement of time, if they were matching that to humanity's measurement of time or using some sort of Dexamite calendar.
Are you saying that perhaps the Bermuda Triangle people are here?
It could be the case. I
Can
am
you
seeing
imagine if we
that
find Amelia Earhart?
I mean, we'd find her with tubes in her face.
I mean, would Egyptians
Can they even
be here?
survive at this point without them?
Yeah.
Can you ask what will happen if we pull them out? Do they need these machines now to live? Would it be a mercy to end their suffering?
So Hyperion checks that information if he can through the connection to see like what's being done with
Yeah,
these
at this
people.
point, it's you thinking.
Yeah.
You are connected to another database. It's like another brain attached to yours. Yeah, there is virtually no intellectual brain function left in that individual. And your mind is what it, now that you're exploring it and getting used to this, your mind is what came up with the date. So that's what it immediately registered based upon the Dexamite calendar.
Got it. Okay.
Was that that this person dated back to 850 AD.
Okay.
Oh my.
And that's how long that person's been in here.
The person's
Their
brain.
their technology has forcibly kept him alive that whole time.
Okay. There is no further actual coherent brain function left in that individual. He has actually been there and been sustained since 850 AD.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
What are they doing to him?
That's kind of like,
Who is it that's supposed to be running this facility? Why aren't they here?
So he's going to be asking all those questions. He's trying to figure out everything. Like, so first off, why is this person set up like this? What's the point of this dude being connected?
At first, the system tells you classified,
Okay.
and then you see it drop down. Classification gets released, and then it's a part of their. It is a part of their, for lack of a better term, farming simulator. They were monitoring for genetic activity within the human populace here on the planet.
Do I know what the ultimate goal of that monitoring is? What they were trying to look for specifically?
Genetic perfection.
Okay. Let's see. What would
Oh,
they?
and then you also asked what this facility was for.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, your mind is having to transliterate what it's telling you and putting it to you in a term that makes most sense.
Right. Okay.
This wasn't just a recorder hive. This was a black site.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so they weren't. Nobody's supposed to find this black site. Genetic perfection. What would they consider genetic perfection?
Complete control of replicating of preternatural powers.
Okay. Gotcha.
And in fact, you even get a listing of all the personnel that had been assigned to this particular facility, all of which, like, you don't see login dates past a certain time, and it all eventually ticks off. It looks like all of them eventually died. They ran out of available resources and just died.
Okay.
So the
Can you
Dex
shut
might
it down?
Well, that will depend. Oh, he wants to find out about the nuclear power plant. What's its status exactly right now?
Its equivalent status is at 40% efficiency.
Okay. Does it seem to be stable right now?
Mhm.
Okay.
And it lets you know if it continues at this current operation, it will It will effectively run out of power in the next 3,000 years.
Okay.
What was
right.
George going to say?
So the Dexamites that ran this facility are dead. Does that mean that the recorders have essentially just been operating on like autopilot since then, fulfilling their prerogatives to go and capture more people, despite the fact that there's nobody here to do experiments with anymore?
So then I look for
That
why
is-
are the recorders?
That
doing
is
what they're doing?
exactly why that's exactly why that happened.
Nice.
And you can see indications and listings where they have, captured individuals in mass, brought them back for processing, and then obviously no tags for processing whatsoever because the recorders are not involved in all that. And then it just keeps listing off, the test subjects deceased.
Does it have any listings of like recent acquisitions? Are there people that brought here recently?
Mhm.
Can we save them at least?
Yeah. Is there anyone still actually alive with?
There
brain
are
function?
there are 3 people that are here that are still alive that were taken 5 days ago.
Wow.
And the tracking lists all their vital signs at urgent.
Okay, like critical or whatever.
Yep.
What about the recorders? Are they currently here, or are they out hunting more people?
No, there are only 2 active recorders at this point, and they are in the process of under repair.
All right. Well, can you shut them down?
Can I?
Yeah. Brute force is just an override. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he'll
Shut down the collectors?
Or the
Yeah,
recorders? Sorry,
recorders,
I keep saying collectors.
Recorders.
Yeah. No, it's
What
it's
did I
my
put in
fault.
my notes? Oops.
I'm sorry, Jerome.
It's okay.
So yeah, he goes ahead and shuts down those 2 active recorders wherever
Okay.
they're at. Let's see. So he's like, I've shut down the active recorders. At this point, we need to see if we can actually access those individuals. Can I find out exactly how to get to those 3 living dudes?
Mm-hmm. You absolutely can.
Okay.
However, you do not have access to release them from here. You will have to go to their particular detention area.
Okay.
Would that be the same for like all the other ones that are still like alive but dead?
That's what
Like
he was
you-
referring to. Yeah.
Okay.
Alive but dead?
Yeah, well, like the Cahokia guy that's
ones-
been
Right.
dead.
Brain
that-
dead.
Yeah, for like since 850 AD.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible?
That particular subject is in another part of the wing, but essentially the same thing.
So yeah, so we couldn't stop it from here. We'd have to go there, turn off whatever is keeping him alive. Essentially.
Correct.
give him some peace.
Yeah.
Hyperion, do you have access from the station you're at to a map of other recorder sites? Would you be able to pick up other locations? Because if this is just one place that's only has 2 recorders in it, like, does this seem like this is the force that we've been dealing with, or is this just one location? Would you be able to access other locations through like messages or anything like that?
Let me see. Yeah, it tries to see if there's like some network connection or any information about other recorder sites.
Okay. Actually, there is not. And you come across, you instinctively come across logs from the last commander, and that was specifically delineated to prevent. What you pick up on is that the Dexamite Empire was in disarray, and so there was a scrubbing of information, and they were purposely getting rid of any additional context. Like everybody was being compartmentalized and kept out of the loop at a certain point.
Okay. Their empire was in disarray, and it seems as though they were trying to scrub information as quickly as they could so that it wouldn't get into the hands of whoever they would consider enemies, or simply those who they didn't have control over. But I don't have access to any other site locations, and there doesn't seem to be any type of connection to other sites from here.
Okay, well,
Does this seem to be, does this thing's logs seem to have info on, was it the one site that's been sending recorders these past, like, few
Correct.
weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
They all originated from here.
Okay, so it's like...
And that is where we're going to stop for tonight, because I know we went a little bit longer than what I had anticipated, but I wanted to give you guys all a chance to jump in there and whatnot. So
Sweet.
obviously there is more to find out. I have posted the complete map that Hyperion has gotten a hold of in the Discord chat. So you know what the place looks like and how big it is.
Sweet.
And then from there, we will obviously pick up again in 2 weeks on the 20th for this particular game. And then next week on the 10th and 11th, it'll be Street Fighter, or it'll be Cyberpunk and Street Fighter, both at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank you guys for those who tune in, and of course check it out on